Hello, 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 and welcome to the second match for today's competition, where they take place right now. Today we get Holland. They play against Ukraine. Well, we don't see the performance of England earlier on. We don't do the best we can. We don't show them say we can start the opening competition with the first game for be a win-win. And we know for say England and one team we can start competition on a very low level. They not can win their first game, they can draw. Some second, they can even lost their first game when it comes to tournament like this. But this time around, the England team don't become something totally different. But that's not this afternoon. Now we get the Holland game we now against Ukraine. We know say Holland in the past then get so much history. When I say history, proper history of European football and also world football. They don't produce world-class players. They get world-class performing stars then. We don't play football to the extreme. We don't compete. The term they mean football, I mean football. But I apologize for letting you bear me because this is the period of hay fever because I possibly get for the sneeze a lot. So I just say sorry in advance because at the end of the day, me I then go down begin the one water because of the hay fever season. But we get few people and today we can join with the Holland game. We know say London is comprises of a mixture of Dutch and English civil unions the way they cut across those two nations. And I believe say today we can get some amount of them, we can represent we, and we can represent them at the platform. And can talk about the Dutch game, how the Dutch game will evolve. But the game is about to start in about 5 minutes, I say. So definitely we'll begin to talk about the game soon. Let's not forget all the other panelists them on board so that they can sign on. And basically, I know say the game will start soon. But last guy for gets few of the man them way they online, way they able to participate with we wise we decide for get the game going. But the game will start soon anyway. And we will see exactly what's in the Dutch team made of. So far, before I introduce my first guest, make I just go at a quick lineup for the Dutch team. I will not know all their names according to how the name then sound. It might be slightly differently pronounced by myself. But I think I left that one for the Dutchman and for do that because since they don't live in Holland for some time, they will know definitely how to pronounce the name then they. So we will come back to that later on. At the moment, we get to see the full lineup of the Dutch team. We comprises of a couple of black players and we play in the Premiership, and a couple of players them also also black players we play in the Premiership. But very interestingly, you get two key coaches there. The coach that really coach them to Team Yasu. Now, prolific players that we don't play extensively well within the European league and also within Europe. They've played football on top of their head and they don't excel. We get the likes of Frank de Boer, we a prolific midfielder and also an attacking man for Holland. Back in the days, their own squad now being with Rijkaard, Gullit, and the rest. So their own squad now being one of the best Dutch squad so far. We don't come on a Holland. And then now you get Andrei Shevchenko. Well, anybody will know Andrei Shevchenko those days, in best partner na being Rijkaard. Shevchenko, Rijkaard, and Gullit at some points, they were on top of their game. I now see number 9 with Sharp Richard. Those days, we immediately pick of inform. So basically, you have two different type of managers then today where they control these two games. One, na prolific striker, the other one, na a midfielder, we also can play on the wing and defense as well at some point. So now two different kind of tactics we expect for make we get today from the game. But later come to I get me call away this guy for call me for reach out to me as quickly as possible because he want for join the link and this guy for struggle for get through the link. So if you can give me 1 second quickly, I might just get to him and then email him the link because he's just about to get the link and he wants to participate actively. So let's come back again once more and send the link to him and see whether I will get him. The good thing about today's game, we likely since now ITV, they show ITV full of breaks. So those breaks might be something we could possibly interfere with the game. So we're not mindful before the game starts. Look, we will forget a few of those things then up and running before the game they start. So now give me a couple of seconds, Max guy, for reach out to demand them we supposed for joining me at the platform. In the meantime, the lineup has been done and the team, they don't come out, the dugouts, they don't do the national anthem for both teams. Kickoff is possibly going to start in about a few minutes from now. But like I say, we could just try to see how best we can able to get the rest of the pundits them right now so that they will join me on the platform. Okay. I don't know if Akim, are you ready for me now? Well, the match is about to start. And the match, they start with me. Only me. Wow, cool. No problem. Well, match don't kick off. We get Holland at the normal kit. We're at the orange. One of the best kits so far for football inside. No Saturday way you go there, we not be able to see the game, especially the players then. Holland has always been one of the teams that we you believe say gets a lot for do with possession football. They have a lot of potential in skills, and they also get the ability. They don't produce prolific goal scorers them in the past, and definitely in defense, they've got possibly one of the best goalkeepers in the world for years and years and years and years. So we don't know how much of that potential the team still gets, but they don't produce one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And when it comes to midfielders, they've also produced so many midfielders. Ukraine, of course, now another side we get star players as well, not just individuals, but also collectively as a team. We've been performing very well in international competitions. So not a team really underestimate that much in terms of their ability and their potential to deliver on the day. So let's wait and see exactly what is it going to be like. But as the game don't start, the very first few minutes has been on the side of the Ukrainians on the attack. But like I say, the Dutch team, you can never underestimate because they've always been there on the attack now. Like, wow, they've just missed their first shots on target. That was their first shot on target. Remarkably well. Well, welcome to the program. I know say you struggle small for joining because having this guy for sending the link, but at the same link we don't use before. So definitely welcome. The game don't start about a few minutes, and therefore say you don't miss down there at all, but you miss the opening like the platform. So what thing that you take on the game so far? As we know, say the Dutch team. I know say you don't spend some time in Europe, but not specifically Holland. But you know a lot about the Dutch team. So what thing that you take on that?
Well, Nadia spend more time.
Okay. So you're not a Dutchman.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So well, look, we hear from you. Because I mean, if you see more of this Scandinavia, you spend more time either Sweden or Denmark. But now Sweden, I probably look at anyway. I mean, if it's not, you don't spend more time.
Yeah, now Holland spend more time.
So what do you think about the Dutch team so far for this particular team?
In terms of football, the right way to play football, I think they are the best. They are the best.
When you say the right way for football, what do
you technically, tactically, they know the bypass. They want football. They want play football. So even the way they learn teach people and go play football, their own form of development. Not them. The rest of hello. You get me?
Yeah.
Not them. Most of the Europeans we copy from.
Okay.
Yeah, because even most of the
Europeans we copy from. What's it exactly you mean?
The style of play. You understand? Their style of play, then way of their own ideologies, them how the way of football for play. Because most of the football expert them, the underway gets a very good, strong, objective football philosophies them, not Dutch people them. Like Ian Cruyff, so name it. It's a lot of them.
Okay.
So
if you say their ability to play the game is better than other European countries then?
Yeah, they make them simple. They make football simple. You understand? The military football, if for Sabian na you hate, and also na you fit.
But you know, if you say they're not underperformed in most of their tournaments.
Yes.
They haven't won the World Cup, have they?
No, for a long time.
After
then, Johan Cruyff, them time, I think they don't ever win. They don't get very close, but they don't win. But Holland a small country, very small. But realistically, how you want football to play, not then can give you that. No win, no mean say, you understand, you rule them out. Because when you look the amount of talents they will not produce, then clubs them.
Mm-hmm. And I guess
you don't get more talents they wouldn't come on Holland past any other partner in Europe.
Yeah, but then they produce quality players, then they produce good players. But collectively as a team, they've always underperformed, even when they don't produce one of the best side in European football, but they're still struggling to win the European Championship on a regular basis or even perform well in the World Cup.
No, last World Cup.
That they happen.
Last World Cup, you see them performance. Even 2010, you see them performance. I think in 2008, they were very poor. 2002, they were poor because they got a lot of football politics. Because the football politics not to Africa no more.
Okay.
Not to Africa no more. It didn't so Holland may go through that. This the present team, then just get injuries them. Most of them key players away everybody who the world been look forward to, they're injured. Example, Van Dijk. Because they may not transform the team so much.
Player.
Yes. They may not transform the team so much. And before this competition now, a lot of injuries. So you go see, say, you don't get the best out of this squad. Because in a balance, they get for recruits young players, them we they're not being prepared for that.
Okay.
Yes, they're not being prepared, say we'll bring in a young players there. So if you look at the last 5 matches, you look at the results, it's not the greatest. Though they win they win 3, lost 1, draw 1, but the performance not been that up to the level where we know Holland for.
So what make you say they struggle during their elimination series?
As I say again, the injuries. Then
has been updated to survival.
Then in Holland also, they get their own style of play. You understand? When then they develop players from younger age, then players in they can only into that way, that style of play, they don't get to certain age. Most of them when they come out in Europe who can play for other clubs then they struggle. You watching them playing for Ajax, you think, okay, he's a world-class player, he's a good player. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But when they come out, then they struggle because they may not use for more than now Holland when they're young at the age of 10, 12, they get a style of play we and they don't grow up with. So for them to come now part in Europe and get that kind of a transition, they win a change, it can be difficult for them a little bit. United by one player, we not been a very good player. He even play against Tottenham that finals, Van der Beek.
Yeah,
yes, any club can buy any amount. Now we kind of Man United now, it struggle because of Man United style of play.
Wow. So you mean the game when they play in Holland is totally different from the English league? Because don't talk about the English league earlier on, saying one of the most
Yeah,
challenging
yes,
league
it's
in Europe.
completely different. It's
So why do they
completely
come to why do they come to England? Because we don't get beaucoup Dutch players we don't come to England. Some don't do extremely well, some don't struggle.
but most time it take them time for let they adapt. It take them season before you begin see what you want for what you expect from them. Like even when they may buy Dennis Balkan, we even kind of Arsenal. We taken time. Now we adjust. Now people will begin see the talent we get. Same to
The player they when they buy where they gonna the footballing playing side team that like Arsenal, maybe sometimes Liverpool now, or team that way they actually mix their play. We get more or less foreign coaches the way they within their reach. There seems to be adapting very well.
yeah.
But when it comes to the typical
English clubs,
they really play
yes,
for, then they struggle.
then
Why
they struggle.
you think that they happen?
Because this is all down to you see.
Sorry, man, I'll just miss your camera there quickly. But
Yes.
I think I've been just trying for highlights the fact say some of the Dutch player them like Beckham we mentioned and also Clive not come now so actually but
He play at Newcastle.
But Clever not do well at Newcastle. He not even lasted for a season.
Well, let's see.
Imagine Clever going to Newcastle. Newcastle also the kind of team where Clever to go for play. Because the flair in football with Clever gets, you definitely can't get it at Newcastle. You can never get it there. But if you may go maybe sometimes Arsenal, sometimes Liverpool, sometimes maybe even Chelsea, before perform well. Because we even get this guy where the midfielder we can play for Crystal Palace at the end of his career. But Edgar Davis.
Spurs.
Players have played very well in Europe, but they haven't played well in England. It just shows the amount of pace where the English game get. So what's going to be victor for this game?
It's difficult because all the two teams then I would say Ukraine self, the last 5 matches they wouldn't play, you see themselves no they're not there at their best. They play 5 games and win 2 and then draw 3 matches. Whilst Holland win 3, lost 1, draw 1. So you see say maybe the team who will score the first goal will be at the top. Yeah. But what I'm happy presently what I see with my eyes, yeah, the ball the flow.
Yeah. That is not true because the game momentum, the ball they go from different angles. So there is a lot of passing happening, and we realize that the passing is not just on one side. Both teams they play the passing game conveniently.
Yeah.
Which is good. So during your days in Holland, what have been the likes of the Salon player and the way they play football in Holland?
We been get few we been playing the Dutch football like or Brave in the internet now Holland, Senegal, when Paul Parkers have been there. And we been get few of we been try for break into the system. You understand for play. So if we not been fortunate for go play in the first team, or in pro clubs them, we will be the type for make way. But we'll not be ever play in the first team.
So whose team you been there with the Holland?
The Graafschap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now which division them in there?
Them in there the top league. But unfortunately I've been there in the reserve second team in the play before I left to go Sweden.
So is the Swedish game equally the same as the Dutch game or slightly different?
No, completely different. It's completely different. You can compare the Swedish game, the Scandinavian game, not the Swedish. Scandinavian game to the English game. That's why you see Scandinavian comes to England, they fit into the system because they also have the same football ideology.
So it's more of the
things. It's a more physic and
okay.
Okay,
I just want to make Akim know when you're ready to join us, let me know so I can just get you on. So yes, definitely we're here. We've just gone past the first 15 minutes of the game and it's 0-0 so far. And we hope we'll get enough goals. Holland has been one of the most outstanding European nations when it comes to football, and they've been doing extremely well over the years. But still, they call them the under-delivered team. They don't really, they haven't actually delivered when they get the best of the best squad in terms of football. But we know for the nation, of course, is very dedicated to football, and they're one of the countries we can easily paint the country orange when they get international matches like this. So there is no doubt, today we get enough of that on this particular pitch. When you watch the stadium right now, it's partially not full, but you see a lot of orange than the amount of blue you see. So basically, the competition level right now is extremely high. Mola, if you say home-based support gets any advantage to the tournament so far with the country, the way they play their home matches?
Well, the atmosphere, you understand, you get that feeling there that you play a match and you play home and all incidentally. But technically, those days are gone. There's no away, there's no... You understand? When man prepare pass you, prepare pass you.
So what are them prepare pass there company right now on these two levels? What do you see?
I would say both teams prepared because from what you had to see, as I say, the ball, the flow. And both teams, they allow each other to play. When Holland get the ball, Ukraine, they allow them, you understand, to let them express themselves. When Ukraine get the ball, you see the same. So they see much of energy, physique, and all this. That's why sometimes some big matches that we can get high expectation of, they see we too once. But now you understand, now we own thinking reference, because we don't get something, say this is a big game, so they see and that with it. But you don't see anything good. But some of them games here far better off. Like this one, the game so steady. Both teams, they settle inside 60 minutes now. You see something get for happen. It's definitely a winning game for come from this side. Some games in the yard are difficult for you to predict.
So in your prediction, who side see the first goal will come out?
I see the first goal come out from Holland side.
Okay.
Well done, Pamola. Holland for sure.
When I come to you, Akim,
Yeah.
you're a Dutchman, and tell me small about the Dutch game. You cannot see say don't leave Holland. So they will bring
like for I don't know which thing Pamola say. The Dutch game. You see Barcelona transform, so it's like from the Dutch perspective. Now Dutch idea make Barcelona transform to within Barcelona this week today. It's not a small football nation. They're not small country, but we all know in the history of Dutch football, we all don't see the player that they don't produce. So it's not like...
It's possible to give for see on screen.
Yes, boss.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah. Man, just like they I don't know how you call it them because they try for top 9, they try for look the game back again.
Yeah, we did talk the game and then they back with the watch out.
I'm sorry.
You don't there Holland for some time. If you say Holland underperform with all the other bigger tournaments that we don't happen all over the world within the past 10, 15 years,
Well, in the ranking, they drop a little bit now. Yeah, but I mean, like the World Cup will be go semi-final, and we'll not see we're just unlucky. We will not be good at. We will not be even reach the final.
You guys are always.
You know, but now, yeah. But now we drop small in the ranking because even Belgium, Belgium in not be ever ranked past Holland, but now like, they're ranked like one of the best team now in the world.
Yeah, for the past years, consistently.
Yeah.
So what if it's not easy? Because Holland made also this guy for develop a younger side, and I feel they don't go through that younger side from the last playing days of the Cliverts. Then we decide for bringing new side.
Yeah,
but then we decided not to be able for create that impact.
Yeah, but the new side when you talk about the likes of the Ian Robin, Van Persie, they did well. You look at the World Cup with the Holland doing the World Cup was, I mean, nobody not be facing Holland for perform that kind of way. But you know, all them players they don't go again now. New players they don't begin coming back again. You know, football now like ongoing thing. As they reach that 30 some feet, they begin member now for retire. So yeah, it's another process again for build a new team because just like look like Belgium, how long they struggle for get this team where they get to. And this team where they get to right now, if they're not able to do something, they don't know. They go that team again for train the back again. You're not going for easy. Now make all man they look at Belgium now. This is the time. It's now or never. If you're not doing now with this team here, you know, say when they produce when they go begin train back again, get new sets of players them back again. So that's why they are like the favorites. All man they look at it and say it's now or never. You know.
But
and then funny
position there for years as well. The likes of Persie.
I know that team they've been solid.
And those are the teams solid. Now the team and then the way been the we all made the video say go win tournaments for Holland.
Exactly. But you know now I mean you know this game back against Santemidi, you need a little bit of luck because the World Cup will end up third. Yeah, we've been powerful. You know, and then also unlucky no more.
And then the one way Holland go finals, Holland not been good at all. 2000.
Yeah, but you don't see exactly.
Holland not been good at all.
I know. It's our football day because I mean, the team we expect say they go do better.
I disagree with Andy because if they're able to take the team to final, that means they were good enough to go to the final. So that was a team that was determined to go to the final, regardless all the challenges they faced. But then believe say they have the potential to go to the final. That's why they went to the final. So with all the bigger names of players they didn't get, they possibly were not mentally, physically ready to take the team to the final. So I'm not going to say not to be the best team. The best team are the team will take them to the final. The best team are the team will the best team are the team will deliver on the day. So I will disagree with you on two on that one day.
Really?
As far as football is concerned, I'm not saying Holland has been an underperforming team with all the standing they will engage. They haven't performed well at all in major competitions in the world. The World Cup.
Okay, this squad now the youngest squad in the world.
Yeah.
The youngest and newest squad. Mm-hmm. Because most of the players that they look forward to, they're injured. Some of them lost form. Some of them not been playing at the clubs then. So now a new squad and go with two. These are all young players.
Even the days that way the Ajax been the on top of the European local clubs then. At the moment they're still not one of the best clubs in Europe. Compared to the days that way you can get a full started 11 Ajax team after every European club championship. Then they offload all them players and they go to Europe. But that doesn't happen anymore.
No, they're still doing it. It's still happening. Check Barcelona, Madrid, Juventus. After the finals, Ajax lost to Spurs. That's semi-finals. A lot of them. A lot of the boys. Even Chelsea took Ziyech.
Yeah.
Players them. Barcelona. So you see all the big clubs in. All the bigger clubs in. When the bigger clubs want for strength in the squad them, now Holland and they go get the Dutch player them.
Yeah, just like what you say, Pamola, most of the big names they all play football, the likes of them, Romario, they all pass Holland first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Holland, they all pass first before they make them at the world.
Well, I agree with you, but we see the likes of the Romario and the world. What's in them do for them continent? The likes of them play and they will pass through Holland. What's in them do for them continent and the world? On the world stage. Now the world stage, namely they make the comparison to. I think.
I mean, because going back to history right now, I think we rank 16th right now, and that's too what to say for Holland team compared to the team like 2012, 2010, we rank second best team in the world. So Holland not like small football nation, no. We small no more. Not Bokubo. Not big football nation.
Holland is a very big football nation. For me, they rank 12 guys in the world.
Right now, I think we're 16. At one time, we don't come to second.
That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
2010.
2010. This is 2020.
Yeah.
2021.
Oh, just okay. 2010, 2011, we were ranked like second. So
talking about Holland ranking 12. If Holland rank 12, who says I don't go rank right now?
Yeah. Ask Pamola about what's our rank right now. When the guy is smaller anyways, bro. We need for you more.
Akim.
Yes, sir.
If you want to get into trouble, go into that discussion.
I know, because I didn't follow us. You want to tell me about that when I go there and I ranking and all that stuff. Then come on, I know.
Okay, look, Salon FIFA ranking. We're not even in page 1, page 2. We're not. No, sometimes we're not page 2. Page 3 of Salon FIFA of world ranking. Page 3, where is Sierra Leone? Wow, okay. We are on page 3, 114.
114, wow.
That is not bad. Actually, it's bad. Take into consideration how many people in how many ranking they. We go up to page 5 of the ranking. We are 210.
So like we the middle.
People I can come in there.
Sorry, I must bad.
But Akin, what's making video say we ranking so poor as a nation?
The term them way. The Bobado they play right now, they get all the exposure. They get all things right now for make them big. Compared to them, they will get the likes of them, Lamin Conte, them, Junior Paris, them. Right now, they have beaucoup de they play out. For me now, I feel say the Bobado and the ego too much pass out and they play.
I can come in there.
The bluff too much. If not they turn and they can exposure their where them mobile get guys, all they play 3 days, all they play. Now then turn and they we get them play all them. Then that Leon Saul get swimming carry goal 2 time ago Nations Cup and all things. I believe someone for do well. But all said and done, they're still try anyways. But I don't know. He asked for talk.
All right. We're not hearing from Femi. Femi, welcome. Gucci Liverpool jersey. Over to you, Femi. I think you want to come in. We'll talk about the ranking.
Left Hamburg me Liverpool business. So me tell you for go support Crystal Palace. They are a big family on a one boy. No, so far I want to talk about the game, but as soon as being this ranking talk here so cancel, I get a question for ask because I believe the Salon in some African nations are not really given the fair team by FIFA. I've been watching the game before this. I've been Macedonia against Austria, Northern Macedonia. really and truly,
nice tackle.
Do we have it's all right. Do we have the right representation of African teams them at the World Cup? We must say we get almost nations that we're supposed to compete. Then Europe gets not close to that number there, but then they get more places, and they get the advantage for the play team there like San Marino, North Macedonia, really and truly Salon and the likes. They meet up then team and they say no go qualify. My question is it fair? Is it a fair playing field?
Okay, Femi, sorry, I don't see you ask the question, but let me ask you a question instead of that question we ask. Yes, you feel say we're better than North Macedonia?
Yes, I know really. It's perception. So first of all, I believe say we rank they under because we don't play competitive football in a while. Because I believe say even if na friendly game you play, you get certain points with the add up, with the put you in the right position. But the point I try to make is, if Macedonia plays San Marino, for example, in a group of 4-5 and one panel for qualify, eventually we get very few chances then for play 3 or 4 teams them we they below we own level. We usually get for play above we level for qualify for a competition. So if we're not able to qualify for competition, we rankings can't go up by too much.
I think say, if now by the way I you perform, I see ranking they come up, because if you look them thing, you see when they can get like friendly. So then country and they call Nigeria, and they call Ivory Coast. Now because the level, the standard way they can you imagine who's the Holland go call Salon say Kalo do friendly? Also what can they work up away? So they therefore call the competitive thing. Almost don't go Nations Cup 210. The one on Nations Cup and 2 don't go in the history of Salon football. Because the Nations Cup was the SLAFA, Sierra Amateur Football Association. Now that first go Nations Cup, then pull the 8 commode and couldn't call her SLFA. So right. I mean, if we consistent with the Go Nations Cup, every time the Go Nations Cup with the kind fourth or third step, but why we consistent no more? They don't would have really get their match then. We say, okay, Claire and Salon can play England, friendly match. Well, then they look no more. We saw the Nations Cup step. Pass them go good and zone 2 team member could say so 2 team will go. How long go call team like Salon they can play friendly
match now with Latin Orient?
You get for perform. The Nations Cup step we're not consistent. Now make them team here, then they call them Nigeria, they go call Ivory Coast, because they know say they're consistent in that African Nations Cup they set. They know say yes, we can able play then and can able play with. But can you imagine now England call Salon say can play friendly match? Come on, we'll just get for be realistic.
Yeah, that's true.
You get for perform for the African Nations Cup. No, they go every 10 and say they go then quarter final, so get then semi final. Hey, if them team are not they call we. And they call for the friendly.
Yeah.
They must call we.
Consistency.
Well, you wanted something on that.
Say we've been doing a fixture for play this international friendlies. You say we've been doing a fixture for play Belarus. We've been in a Sky 2 out.
So what's important?
Last week Thursday, if not lie, go do a tracking back.
So why it not happen?
Well, I think say that this we in fighting, but not be a game more than be non fixing for play Belarus. Where the FA president been confirmed the game, and because of the confirm and a FIFA confirmed match.
Sorry.
Say to last week Thursday, it been named as Sky Sports. For prove me wrong, go back again at Sky Sports if we're not on a fixture for play Belarus.
I will check the fixture. I will definitely check it.
Yes, if we're not on confirm to me if we're not on a fixture for play Belarus last week.
Okay, so what in Akim talk makes so much sense. You feel say the lack of competitive football as a nation, they affect with FIFA ranking, or they give you opportunity enough for make better countries then decide for play with friendly with some of the friendlies that they play. No disrespect, the one way I officially know of, now in the UK was Leyton Orient, and then we get another friendly with Millwall. So another friendly they get into any kind of very strong competitive friendlies there. Now because the country they select for play friendlies not willing for play with we, they couldn't believe say we are under developing football or we know they compete that much, or now we know they target the guys can't give them for request for play friendly with.
Well, and a good question. You know, say that time when we play Leyton Orient, say we come to Millwall, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
If we've been consistent on that, we've been getting more better friendlies. Even Nigeria and Ghana have been the camp during NTND, now clubs and back them in the play.
Yep.
And now they play nationals.
No, but doing NTND, Nigeria, I mean, they can play Ghana inside London.
Yes.
Those two countries.
Good. But we were not consistent with those
That's
friendlies.
the big problem, Andy.
We were not consistent. And also...
Because if Salon like all the Leyton Orient, so give them 3. You see other big team, they say, no, test them back.
Okay.
Yeah.
More like?
Yes. And also, when they do this ranking also, not just the national team, then they rank. Una league. You understand? Una league, una go for the play.
How did they rank Una league? Did they rank Una league with the amount of international clubs that really play in terms of competition?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So all that
when
come into ranking.
was the last
Then
time Salon said any club for
them.
CAF competitions?
When was the last time?
Salon sent any club for go play CAF competitions.
I think it was around 2000 and 2003, 2004. Around the time then they win FC Cologne been just FC Cologne been just form more than they win competition and then they travel. Because the last league where Diamond Stars win, they're not going outside. You always learn.
I remember saying Diamond Stars go play one club with the Guinea. I think they wow, that's a miss. Not even close. Not even close. I think we can see on the camera most times because we via the one for the CU.
Yeah, so
that is
let me see the place right now. So man, the Collet and all the.
You see how you Collet? That's the whole idea.
Yeah, but
you want to see how you keep.
You know, I can join now. I get like something for say. Yeah.
I like to give you all info again. You know, say even if now them born, I don't know, forget Messi as Sierra Leonean. You want for Canada Premiership, you're not able to come?
Of course, you're not going to come because you know they play for a country, you know they play competitive football.
And we're not in the top 30 world ranking.
No, Messi will get exception. Believe me. If not Messi, no, my made that comparison to, I will tell you say that lie. It's not possible. Then go give Messi concession. Say, well, okay, you know mix. You on whether you can't give now the last, now the bottom of the.
But you they go.
They play. Because we haven't had any of those options. Again, the same way Calomi they play for Inter Milan. Salon not really do exceptionally well in football. But we had like a couple of Sierra Leonean players playing in Italy. Top ranked football in Italy for that matter. So basically, it was more than a challenge. So therefore, you look at the issues the way the local clubs then they get, and look at the players the way they excel in their local clubs. Then we'll see the reason why they're not going to sign them up. We can also say a couple of times we don't get few players that we don't come for can play inside England, but few things do not make it impossible. I see Femi they come and go. Femi, you want to comment on something?
Hello. Well, I want to say sorry, I call it a nearly score. Yeah, I want to say on this scene, I think say it's more of an employment thing. Say if you not there within a certain, if you can't not there within a certain position, you know they will qualify for can play in the Premier League. Now the employment law now get and because they get for apply for you as a foreigner for get you you waiting he call it in you right for work na the country. So because of that day no more, even if Messi na being selling, and if Messi decides say he not they play for Argentina right now, he want to play for Salon, although FIFA not gonna allow that, and they but let's assume that he would have to fill in a work permit. And inside that work permit, see the criteria then they will get for fulfill for able for work in the UK. But I guess say with everything there's an exception. So because he's such an exceptional player, they might find loopholes then for make it good.
Definitely.
So we need for produce exceptional players then, or we need for ensure say when we want to play them forget transfer them. So we do it we will do for reach the top 30 if that's the thing, so that we get more access to the league there.
Oh, you're right. Just well, that's my point. Like you always make say. If you look France team right now, there's also like Malian, blah blah blah, all them French speaking countries people because they don't need a working permit today. So now make beaucoup they play French league. We now need a working permit, and for that working permit, not a small money they give for foreign player. So they never pay that money for foreign player for playing a Premier League. But you get for score 20 every year. You get for really score. Yeah. And anyway, the French league now, they're Malian, all man they come, Senegalese, all man they play. You don't need a working permit. And I make most of them they excel. But we now think they get a working permit. You get for play at least 20 goals every season. Hey, that working permit they pay for you because that working permit. Like back now, the most thing what they well we play at them back again because the money came beaucoup. What then they ask for foreign player.
Go on, tell me.
Yeah, and on that note, if you think about it, even England say who don't get people who don't play for England at top level, don't play in a big team then the UK, we're not born at this country. You know, the I don't know if I've been man of the match, but the goal scorer for England today, born at Jamaica. You know, I'm selling it's not born British. So he born at Jamaica, but we can play Nayaso. I should say sometimes he came in as a youngster, we then see in ability and the length of time within Nayaso, they allow him for play then gear and they naturalize him and allow him for play football. So again, the British then they will get good advantage for them people and because they were employed them people and for make them people and go before. But also it they do them slightly bad as well because it restricts them for gain some talents the way they might miss. If you look country like Belgium, on have been very critical earlier on say this now if Belgium not win now, they're not gonna win again. It's I differ to that because I think say a lot of we Africans they don't go through country like Belgium and they don't sit down, they don't born picking and they so I believe say after this crop of players then go you go see the next set of Belgian players and they come. If you notice they have a lot of African and Northern African countries like Moroccans them where they play na their league then they. So I believe say in a few years time we go see more and more of them people there so France, Belgium and sometimes Holland. I guess something will say for Holland but to go left and say half time because I think they have been good discussion.
Well, look, keep that in for half time. Possibly yes, I agree with you because the Dutch team so far. The game is equally balanced, and I feel say the two teams they always try as best as possible for me to take the lead within the first half. We don't almost go towards the end of the first half right now. There is not much more on the first half remaining, and we still go 0-0. So, Molai, what thing that you don't take so far within the past 30 minutes or so we don't play? We still not get no goal yet.
Well, I would say the game is 55-45. Both teams they do very well. You understand? Orlando make few positive attacks them. It's just that they're not able for finish. They're not able for finish. They attacks them. So the end products they affect them at the moment, but then they do well on the ball. And Ukraine said they're very, very tactical because they know what thing they do. Because if you see that anytime Holland get the ball, then just get certain areas within the camp, just lock the areas in there, then let Holland do what they want to do. They know say you not go for pass to who side they don't lock. If you watch the pitch now, you see the shape of the pitch, how they position themselves. So then just lock all the channels there. See, okay, when I can get the ball, but when I not go through.
Because the game has been mostly on the flanks.
Yeah.
Both teams don't use the flank a lot.
Yeah, but I feel say Holland would definitely score.
Well, both teams have potential to score. Holland gets a couple of chances. They've only hit the target about twice or so, if I can recall. But the possibilities we talked earlier on say, take your chances.
Yeah.
Might not be many. So in this case, right now, I think it go at the disadvantage of Holland. They really take their chances. They're having attempts on goal, but they're not hitting the target. Okay, they've just made a save there. That don't rescue them. That a quick rescue, not a rescue them. So because the Ukrainians were on the double for catch them on a counter break. So what do you think about the Ukrainian team so far? You feel say they've underperformed over the years, or the team don't provide quality players then? But what's your opinion on their own?
For me personally, I think they improve. They improve under Shevchenko.
Now we don't see the likes of Shevchenko and De Boer as the managers. What were their days of playing? Welcome, Mr. Bitar.
Hello, guys. How you guys been going? I always come at the end of the first half.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome, bro.
Also like it's different from Muna the Bomber then. We never go direct first. They catch up with the Euros. Holland don't do well so far. They don't miss some good goals. But, miss gonna the kill.
At all.
Miss gonna the kill. But they got very good young crop of youngsters. DP is like coming to this competition with a good form. But this Dumfries got the most perfect chance for score, was a free header. And first half is finished now as I join you guys. So we're looking at 62-38 possession. It's a good one for Holland.
Okay. Well, viewers, first half is over, and we'll take a break from the footballing side, and now can talk about something totally different from football. Maybe an element of football, a lot to do with its real side of playing. Ali, I think earlier on we decided for go back into history of the Dutch game, thinking of how the Dutch game has been the most influenced game in the world in terms of the potential of the players that they don't produce, in terms of their ability to perform on the big stage. To me, I still say they've still underperformed. So what's you take on the Dutch team over the years and compared to the way they don't put this team together right now, we're like a fresh bit of youth of Dutch players and really emerge?
One thing that is for sure, Dutch side has always been entertaining. They always go a very, very entertaining side. But when it comes to winning tournaments, for some reason they always fall a little bit short. They'll play exciting football. They've introduced exciting players, all over, especially players from the Ajax academy from you're looking at maybe 2 decades ago to now. But is it enough? Is it the Dutch people satisfied? Is it about time they start competing, challenging the Spain, the France? When it comes to excitement, they always excite is always there for Holland, but the problem is winning. And I think, it's about time, because they're not, they've always been interesting in their performance, but like now we're looking at the most influential defender is not there, which we also have to look at Van Dijk, which is very, that might, maybe down the competition line when it gets serious, when it gets stronger opponent, maybe it's a player they will go for miss, because obviously he's a very powerful defender for the Dutch side. But generally, I think they've not done enough in terms of winning, Euros, and in terms of winning World Cup. These things, they've lagged behind, if I should say so. So we have to look at the possibility. Now, maybe this is their chance, but obviously Euros, we can say what we want to say, but it's always difficult, because if you look at the last winners for Euros, it's always between the France, the Portugal, the Germany, the Spain, So Holland, yes, they need to step up, maybe another gear. Maybe this time, maybe not. But the tournament just started. They're playing their first game against Ukraine. They've been excellent, although they've not taken their chances. But so far, so good. This might be a different tournament for them. But they have a very good young team, exciting team. We'll look as things go by. But generally, if we put everything into perspective, I think with the talents they've created, they've not won enough.
Okay. Femi, I'll bring you in because you make mention of talking about the Dutch game during the halftime break. So, what's in a year take on the Dutch game so far?
So, not necessarily the game. I think the game has been quite an interesting one. The player, as soon as I've been saying earlier on, the Ukraine, then they allow Holland for play football where they get the ball. And Holland, they do the same. So, they see a lot of pressing. Like we go see at the Premier League. Like we go see on certain teams. Even England yesterday been the press, hard and high. Not yesterday, sorry, today. Today them the press high. We not sit down there at all. Panis game we watch. So we see a lot of skillful football. It look like say Ukraine mini play on the counter, because when you can get the ball, the kind of pace we didn't seem for the inject might cause Holland some problems. But I think say Holland gets quality overall for try for win the game. But again, I think Thibaut don't state a few tendencies how Holland don't underperform over the years. I mean, we grew up, we hear about football in the 70s. We Ajax dominate the European leagues. Then we see players and come. I remember England been a play with a guy. We've been a play right back. In name, even the same name as me, Carlton Palmer. Carlton Palmer been a play against, been a play for England. Now the right back, and I've been possibly the fastest defender England been get at the time, and the old man be get for in speed. England play Holland. Now one short bubble so short can carry and so will not be hearing much, but then he took the ball, he get the ball, he took the ball past Carlton Palmer. He left Carlton Palmer for dead. Literally, he left Carlton Palmer. This are England, their own top defender for speed. He left him for dead at the wing, and he crossed the ball. They not score, but from that day, Nanda Bobo in name came big, and shortly after that, I think I asked Nabaya, he been named Mark Overmars. Really and truly, Holland been gets team, they been gets ball player them. I mean, Van Basten, Gullit, Frank Rijkaard. Not Lampard, sorry, Rijkaard, Frank Rijkaard, even the manager, the boy in twin brother, What again? Ruud Gullit. You know, they don't produce player them when are like a household name over the years. And really and truly, I think say them for don't do a lot better than what they do. Then Kimanyo that gentry picking we not ever want anything, so you not really get the hunger for actually go out and go deliver. Yeah, get the hunger for go out go deliver, then get the stars them, you know, and then Sabi play fine football. And right, so you want entertainment football, you go to them. I think they call them go and koi football or total football, something like that. And everybody always amazed at these guys. But
yeah, the fancy boys.
Yes, club like Italy, country like Italy, they defend, you give them one chance, they score, and that's it, they win competition. So hence why Italy always get the edge over country like Holland, because they know mixed man too much fancy football, then just one score and take the cup home.
Okay, that's very clear, Femi. Thank you very much for that contribution there. And I believe say most of what you say are true, because Mark Overmars, I don't know whether I get his name because of he overlap. I think so when Overmars come into Arsenal, it changed the entire Arsenal game. It make Arsenal begin play football with some style, because the idea of Arsenal football was good then, but it still gets an element of English football. But since Mark Overmars then come, they also come with Thierry Henry then with this guy. With the card man one place to them. Call him Malakola. What do you remember about the card man one place to them? Beckham, that's it. That's the man.
So Beckham and the card man one place twice.
The card man one place to them. The card man is in back facing to him. The very few players.
They also get the most cap player, Wesley Sneijder.
Sneijder.
Yeah.
Well, Sneijder then the out and out player then we Holland produce. But if we say they call man for man for the Dutch team, you really can't compare any country. To be very honest, you can't compare them with any country when you say local man for man in terms of the potential individual. Imagine at some point where Ajax win the European Champions League, they had the entire team will go play for Barcelona straight away. It was a full star-studded Ajax team. Gullit, this Bobo, calling him again, Black Bobo.
You mean AC Milan?
Yeah, AC Milan, sorry. Was it? Yeah, AC Milan. They had a full Ajax team in AC Milan that particular year. And that particular year, the AC Milan win almost everything. But still, the Dutch team not able to win the European Championship. The Dutch team not able to win the World Cup. Then the Dutch team, they still struggle for win major championship. What thing we feel say bang na the major issue? Because I also believe say the Dutch team gets a lot of politics behind their game, really affects them. What are some of the issues then? If you can remember of Naki highlights for you?
I think it's the style. The style is fascinating, it's entertaining. I don't think the style is strong enough, because remember, football is not only about going forward. You should be able to defend as well. So when you play Italy, you play Germany, you win 50% possession, 55, 60% possession, entertainment, everybody like your style. Then when the ball go on the other end, they score. Then you always scaling, basically. You're always looking to equalize and try and cover, you're always playing from behind. So, like we said, I think they need to change not the fancy part of the game, but the defensive side of their game. Because if you play Holland, Spain just now, you will see Holland will dominate. They will play, you will say, wow, Holland team. But they always 2-1, 1-0, 2-1. Same thing like Femi said, you play against Italy, they will dominate. It's going to be 60-40, or maybe 62-38 in ball possession. And if you look at the attacks, Italy probably get more attacks more than them, or maybe more direct attack more than them because they probably play from the midfield, play to the side, both wings. They're very creative, but it's about when you score, how you defend. If you watch now, the football has changed a little bit. So that's why now, even they used to play 4-3-3. Now I think they're playing 5-3-5-2. So that's probably is a little tweak. But we'll see what in Frank. You see their coach is Frank Debois?
Yeah, Frank Debois.
Yeah, Frank Debois do this time around because the talent is there, and it's about how you tweak things and make things happen, But we've seen now they're playing against a very stubborn Ukraine side, and Ukraine also get some interesting players in. Because although they named this Zizhenko, Yamalenko, and all this Koko, but a very, very good team.
And the curve.
So we have to wait and see. But I think that is the because if you look at Spain can attack you, and even if they don't have the strongest defense, but they don't allow you to attack them back. So that makes a huge difference. Italy can let you play, but they know they can score at you. They know they can defend against you. Germany, all-round football, they can defend, they can attack. You see, they can battle on the pitch, So I think Holland need to, not only Holland, because even we're looking, I don't want to just switch off because today is Holland game. I think Belgium needs to also, because the entertainment side, they're getting the entertainment side now. They got big players and to entertain, to play football, for you, sit down watching them, enjoy their football. The other side of the game is to be able to, when it gets to, not like the group stage now, Holland will go through, but when it goes to the knockout stage, how you face Italy, France, that 190-minute game, how you eliminate them, that's the target.
So you mean say collectively they have performed well during the qualifying series coming up to the finals then now?
Yeah, most of the time, that's what you get with the Dutch team. If you follow their track record, they always get decent qualifiers. They even play a couple of friendlies. I think they play a couple of friendlies. I think they win one or draw one before this tournament starts, or they win both. But it's definitely about the tournament, really, because I think they play Georgia, which you might look, Georgia is a smaller team. They beat Georgia 3-0. They played
Scotland, draw 2-2.
2-2 with Scotland.
And then Gibraltar.
I'm not called Gibraltar, John. You're always going to expect... no disrespect to Gibraltar, but you always expect Holland to beat them. But I think the last two competitive game when we will look at them, say they played, is against the last two where you say Scotland and Georgia. Even Georgia, to be fair, is not really, but in terms of football, you have to respect every opponent. But I think Holland need to step up this time on this particular tournament, which is very, very tough because you got Germany, you still got majority and book his favorite France. Somehow France is...
France or Belgium, one of the two, because Belgium seems to be the bookie's favorite at the moment.
Belgium, you think so?
Well, kind of in a way, yeah, because Belgium seems to be on the top list of every other country for winning.
Well, let's see, because like I always said, I don't write off the household names. I think this year, which team won it more? It's not Germany won it more than every other European side.
Yeah, I think so.
So Germany have won it 2 or 3 times. So yeah, but we'll keep the discussion going and see. But I think Holland need to step up. They themselves they've produced, but they have not won enough.
Right. The second half don't start. We just don't go 1 minute into the second half, and we get Holland playing from the right to the left from my side watching it, and hopefully we can see goals soon. More like I know what say the last day you predict the Italy game, and immediately we'll come back in the second half. We get a goal. Equally so, the England game, immediately will come in the second half, we get a goal. So we are now back again on the second half of the Holland-Ukraine game. Let's see what happens if we can't get goals or we can't get goals. But Akim, if I can bring you come in quick as well, I not say the playing days of football in Holland. What's in that you want to take on the community level? Sierra Leoneans playing football in Holland. Do you think that is something that is effectively participated on enough, or it's just doesn't really exist? Because in the UK, we get to your minor league that we can do within the salon communities that we operate on. So is there anything of that nature in Holland while you guys were there?
Yeah, well, I've been there, Holland. Yeah, you get man and women to play. You know, because the Tony goal and I make Cheeseman a final. And I don't know if he was unfortunate because even like he was playing with Van Persie. And yeah, he gonna skip safe game, but I like to say and everything, but I don't know what's happening with making a breakthrough. Then Barrel self Kande, Sanko. But we feel them too. Sanko is more focused, more dedicated. I don't know, because he was not like a gifted player. I possibly believe no more say Afro-Maker.
Okay.
You know, why Cheeseman I believe it's a big play ball. So the kind of effort and way Barrel puts in the game, way Sanko puts Cheeseman up to that effort. I don't know if I don't they make himself not go far. But now, even nowadays, some other small salon player themselves they make them even picking play in Bobosef, they play very well. I don't know what's happening with himself again. Because they play for under 21 or something. He meets them and they go very well at the Dutch game.
Okay.
And I know follow up but again. But when women did the since the play them they play, most of Jala stuff when they find out I think the amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that breakthrough, I don't know if it may happen. I don't know if now like we're talking about the foreign player. Where you need they then get for me pay that plenty money for you for play or something. I don't even know that maybe they unbox them. You know.
You make mention of the attitude of the players then they make we not be able to proceed further.
Yeah, because I know most of them then telling they are not them personal, they are like brothers more than friends to me, you know. And we talk on a daily basis. You're like person like Barrel. I know, Pamela, you know Barrel very good Sanko. You know if he say Sanko say for play football to that level there. Okay. But normal when they call then they off season, we call them and start to go holiday, and then 2-3 weeks before he say 2 weeks before the league begin, he don't come back. We call her, he say the train right now for me. I mean, before ever we begin the league, in the train for himself alone. So he did dedication. So that's why like post like Sanko make him big time.
Okay.
You know, yeah, because he be focused. You know, like I don't know, people who sabi play ball too much not can put too much effort for train plenty. You know, because Cheeseman.
Now one game player one I don't do that na the wall and he gets out he gets away with them. I don't know if anybody go do that player there. Where he refuse for good skin, where time come for like he get a game na night, na next na club then they go pull out for meet up game in the morning. You know, una no player and before I come to Femi, anybody can tell me that player there, he's a world class player.
Not the only one. Not the only one.
When we Daniel we know for say him, he they tell him manager and him manager he accept him. Say okay, I don't tire with you because a club then they go play on a net for can play game Saturday.
No, but don't make a laugh there.
One game player and any of the world way gets away with that, and when come back on the day he perform.
Well, me go give you two.
Well, okay, give me the one first way me the talk at, way me the look at right now. So tell one of the two that we get. But go on.
I'll give you Ronaldinho and Maradona.
No, those are not.
I know of their story.
Ronaldinho said that enjoyment, man.
And Maradona, those are the player in 90 days. Yes, those are one of the two.
Oh, you want to talk about George Best?
No, not even George Best. One player particularly where him and an English manager has been there under. He accepts and say yes. Okay, you are the left. You born play, but whoa!
Holland scored.
What did I say?
Captain. The man leaving Liverpool for PSG.
Liverpool player.
Our family left. We won't
Not Liverpool player anymore. After this tournament, is going to PSG.
Thank you.
You say after. Right now we don't coach him to this level.
I know someone I don't coach him, but it's left already.
You don't sign already.
Yeah.
Well done. Holland don't score 1-0. They won up. Okay.
So T-Boy, you talking about Gascoigne?
No, not Gaza. The man himself, the oldest footballing giant and talent, Romario. Romario now the only player where this guy where they talk about so earlier on, Molai, we changed the English game. We left him for Lake. This guy they take him Southgate. Maybe they kiss the Palace man.
Roy Hodgson
was the manager at Barcelona then. He do all kinds.
No, Bobby Robson.
Bobby Robson. That's it, Bobby Robson. He do all things for stop Romario for train, and he give up as Romario. He left him. He said, "Okay, you are the left you." Now be the only player in the world where they accept for play football, whether it's train or not train. And he do not to just on club level. When in the way he retire on top flight football, he go back na Brazil. He go play for Boca Juniors or the other team where they made it for high rivalry. At the age of 30-something to 40, he still became the highest goal scorer and then refused for Congo World Cup because of politics in football. So that's not the exceptional player where the world don't produce. Ali, I see the tonton. Femi, Ali went like that to Femi because Femi we don't suggest for talk earlier on before Holland can score and we'll get to this topic. Femi, like to you.
Abuansi, real and truly, but they play them Boku.
Of course,
we can name them. Tottenham, them you get one powerful player, one powerful Frenchman. Then you know they chase for nobody. They chase for nobody. No get one thing nobody say you get for run safe, but you get the ball. You know, say he deliver. Even we get African player them with similar. Okocha was a genius. We read some of the story then say Okocha they turn up for training. They look around, they say, no, we are going to train you angry. You know, so I guess say if you're good enough, you're able for accidents swear within if I can call it that. But you know,
now you're not gonna get away with that.
Yeah, nowadays football has so changed that you can't.
Sports science.
But as I say, Okocha was way been the bolting. I mean, the story is there. But the man they turn up on the day and he delivers.
That's the point.
See, so that's the problem. But again, he can bring negativity to the rest of the team. We know, say, coach, they allow one player for get away with this. They allow you for get away with this. So something that good for morale. Abu asked a few questions that we've been talk earlier on. Yesterday we get a Salon player. We play for Finland. Finland?
Yeah.
Yes, a Salon player we play for Finland. You know, as I mentioned earlier on, we get Raheem Sterling, we born at Jamaica, but end up play for England. We get John Barnes. We get the leading squad, the number 9 squad player for Scotland at the moment. He boy born at Leicester. I think say in Papana from Trinidad or one of these island countries. Then in Maman safe no to Yasui come out. But I don't understand how he managed to qualify for play for Scotland.
Well, then it to the footballing coach them. Or I think it's how they follow football lectures. I don't know whether Akim know anything about that. But like out to Ali.
The passport to carry,
To Ali first. Ali, what will be your take on that? So a player we born at Leicester, he gets parents them from the Caribbean, you say for me?
Yeah, one from parents them from the Caribbean, then the other are not members I come on, but not to
other
UK.
parents them unknown, so to speak. But he ended up for play for Scotland. How come?
And is their striker? Which one is there? Is it because they get
Che Adams?
Che Adams.
So now the number 9 at the moment.
Is it Che Adams with for Southampton?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but you clearly said Ebona na Leicester, which Ebona UK. So automatically, you don't answer your question because when you born a UK, it depends on the player now. Even if you got any other background, it depends on who you decide to play for. And obviously, he find a situation where he's doing well. 36 games, 9 goals. He's doing well so far, and he decided to play for Scotland because obviously this is the way. These players need to be attracted from their original background. If they're not attracted to their original background, they end up play for the European, So yeah, he's a very decent player, and Scotland not play game yet. I can't wait to watch him himself.
So this player they got play for Scotland. I see Femi talking about
Holland just doubled their lead.
Oh well, okay. Femi,
we don't vex. Orange boys, we don't vex.
Holland just doubled their lead.
Don't tell me to see Orange boys say more and then I
agree. This you don't know.
Hakim, how you go get Champions League winner at this place? So you wear Arsenal jersey. They flop. But you say
Milan loyalist.
You say how you go get Champions League winner at the other side?
I look for me orange jersey, but I don't get time. I look like Shama buy one. I'll order for one. So I saw you for me.
Well, Ali, a good way you make mention of that because before the game starts, Femi gone. I don't know what you want to say. You don't miss the second goal. Now you can't go to me back again. Go on, Femi.
No. Carry on.
No, go on. It's good for what you want to say.
No, I want to say again, how I understand the whole Che Adams thing, say born at England, he go qualify for Scotland. But if you look again, Denmark and England, really, for me, I believe say England are a better country, for play for. If you get the chance to play for either of the two. But we get Peter Schmeichel in Bobo, born inside England. He decides say on no occasion say he get for play for England. He rather Paolo de Moa make he play for England. He rather go play for him papa in country. We in Holland. So I just want brilliant also come back to home, say what we will do for encourage we picking them for represent we on country them.
Well, if you look at this 1 second, let me just bring something up. If you look at Chiada Mayon case, now you said you born in England, then you get probably a Scottish background or you papa from Wales or something. So you get options. But Adams, I don't know, by Mama, I think in Papana from Antigua, so which is a Caribbean, and some of these places they're not too good in football. So it's very rare to go back and say you want to go play for Antigua, So most likely maybe Mama not Scottish or British. But definitely for him to play for Scotland, it definitely one of the parents are from Scotland. Which probably Naimama, because he was born in Papa from Antigua, which is another Caribbean island, So you don't expect there is no probably football. They don't play even football there. Maybe if they play football, they are very, very low standard. So you expect him to make decision between, playing for England, who's I born, but the competition for play for England is increasing every day. So Scotland was his best choice, and I think he make a good choice because Scotland needs strikers.
The main thing on
You understand? So you have to make a good choice, not to just forgo. Say I want to play for England because we get similar scenario. You got Awion Pekin where Chaluba, he don't play maybe one friendly or one international match, and now he's facing very tough competition for play for England back. So that's why this afternoon when we're doing the previous game, I did mention that because the FIFA rule now, as long as, in fact, it was not one game, as long as you've not played more than 3 games, including friendly, you can still go back and play for your country of origin. So you look at the Chaloba brothers, there's a very, very good, chance if we can persuade them. It's a very good chance for letting them still play for Sierra Leone.
Do you have to persuade them when they are from Sierra Leone and heritage, not even born in the UK? Do you have to persuade them?
But I use that phrase because, T-boy, how I can force you for, say, Kansidonaya if you know one Kansidonaya?
No, for Kansidonaya, it's different for Gamplinaya.
But it's the same thing. With the way I use them, okay, I say, T-boy, I want you can play for Sierra Leone. You have to say, okay. But if I say, T-boy, I want you can play for Sierra Leone, you still have to make a decision.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like you were mentioned today. Sule Kaikai, they've been chasing him for a while. I've done so many articles about Sule Kaikai. But finally, he realizes he's 25 years now, and he's played a very good season. He's looking at, he got probably the next 10 years. And it's going to be very, very difficult to break into the England team. Sierra Leone is his best choice because it's his heritage. So now he make his decision. Before he was still hoping that if I can break into Crystal Palace team, am I lucky to break into the English team? But the competition is growing,
And Sule, out of my own opinion of what I know, never have the intention to play for England.
Never.
As far as I know.
Never. I think you know him better than, so I will probably give
The
that.
only thing I can tell you from a very personal account of Sule's experience with the Leon Star, by then when the Leon Star be approach him for camp for play for Leon Star, he was a young boy, possibly just turning 17, 18. And at that younger age, your career never even starts yet. If you nation they call you for represent them and enable for look after you, you don't take those risks. So it was not his decision to decide not to go and play for Sierra Leone. It was a professional decision made in his favor. And you can't cry him down for that. The same Carlton Cole,
Nobody not mentioning crying down. I'm just giving you a scenario.
I know.
They have to accept calls.
True. Now look at the cases of Carlton Cole. 10 years ago, we get an opportunity for Sidon and talk with Carlton Cole. And Carlton Cole gets 2 African heritage, Salon and Nigeria. He 110% na Salon man because in Mama na Salon man. So basically, he not gets nothing where he see for go play for Nigeria because he grew up in a Salon way anyway. So he choose for play for Salon and he give himself up for play for Salon only if Salon call him. By then, he was the top striker for Chelsea. Imagine those years. But we still did not make the call. We still refused to make the call. So in the situation we find ourselves right now, as Femi clearly said, how on earth a Salon boy, they play for Finland, and this number we don't know but way back 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, say we have a player where they Finland, where they play for Finland under 17 or under 21. We still not do nothing about that. We still get so many of them right now where Akim don't make mention of, where they play at top leagues in Holland. We still don't know nothing about them. So to be very honest, if Shea look at the possibility of playing for Scotland, and he know very well say the competition level now England will be stiff, he got to make a choice. Ryan Giggs make that choice not to play for England. He was possibly the best winger now UK, now the whole of the Premier League at that period in time where he been at the peak of his footballing career. But he chose to play for Wales with a Sierra Leone background. If Salon they do well in football, he might have gone and played for Sierra Leone then. Because in Papana from Salon. But he chose Wales because he never say in Mamana Wales. He showed up in loyalty to Wales. We have a couple of them more. Rosinio, they only gave him one chance to go for play for Salon in an African Nations Cup qualifier in Guinea. That was the only game he played for Sierra Leone. By then, he was playing top-flight football in England. Chris Kamara. We let's go of all those players. In Pekin, how long can they not play? He was in your junior. Also, he's playing football. He hasn't gone to play for Sierra Leone. Why? What's the problem? Come on. We ought to know better as a nation. We don't produce so many star-studded players inside the Premiership. If only we took our chances and follow up with some of the examples of players that we don't play for different countries then and represent. Like I can't to Femi, then one I can't to you after Femi. Go on, Femi.
T-Boy.
Yep.
And the rest of Una, Liam Rosinio ever play for England? I don't remember.
Well, I think if he didn't at the junior side, but he not play for England yet.
Okay, so Liam, yeah. So the question, the reason why I ask this question is, if I'm a footballer, for more grow up with the dream of playing at Wembley, with the dream of playing World Cup. World Cup is literally, every 4 years we especially we Africans, we look up to the World Cup. You not be ever get something the eagerness say I can't make the England team, but Santiago will make the Salon team. And as I say, not to just we're just naming players them, but imagine say we get 20, 30 players there with that attitude there, and then decide say we're going to help Sierra Leone, and they add to the homegrown players them what's the potential of a team will able to deliver. I think it's a mindset issue. But it's hard not to because they make big decisions at young ages. When I've been a DJ now club na South London winning parties, and Chelsea the striker young boy what's his name Adams. Abraham, sorry, not Adams. Abraham in Papa been a camp party between a club every weekend. But every Saturday morning, imagine for Friday nights, we don't in a club. Say, they come to tell saying get for going to left because they get for carrying Bobo go play football. You understand? That's how important it be. So not to just the picking and no need to forget the discipline. The parents themselves get forget the discipline. I said that Monday every like at 3 o'clock morning, so you can come meet me. I mean, if you wanna ask Christo because I'm in Christo in Paddy. If they come between our club, they tell we say, you get for go, we can get for Kemba, go football the next morning. So it takes a lot of dedication, but I believe say it's a mindset, not just for the Bobo that they play football, but then parents them as well for help them along the journey.
Thank you very much for me. I can go back to you, Molai.
I just want both to what in Femi say. For like Leroy was in you, his son Liam. Say been the Fulham.
Yeah.
And then lately go now Forest or Derby. They play one of the inside in there. No say in Papa and one of the players that we get a bad experience with Sierra Leone football.
Yeah. I remember.
Because I do a course when I be a tutor. You understand? Because of my name, he knows in a Sierra Leone come on, and he gets a proper conversation with me about Sierra Leone, in experience with Sierra Leone. Now one game we play for Salon against Guinea, as you say.
Is it against against Togo?
Inside Guinea.
Inside Guinea. Yeah. I think it was the 94 qualifiers.
Yes.
And at the time make a decision because I think he was playing he played for the England under 16 and probably the under 19 or under 21 before he switched. Yeah. That was the 94 qualifiers, and I not even think he got the 94 Nations Cup.
Now the only game we play.
The only game we play.
Go on, Monai.
So after that game, they not consider it again. You understand? Okay, fair enough. That enough football selection. The worst experience we get, if we get a League One team, we been the coach. He left that club there. I think at Turkey. That's what they call it, Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey United.
Yeah. He left and for go coach Salon. He experienced
with less ignorance.
Yes. He experienced this is the worst experience he get from football. for go coach in Salon. Even time he say the day we left for coach Salon travel from Freetown to Mali by road. For go to Mali, Salon lost 6-0.
Well, again, I'm not going to argue that because during the days there, we been take up the Salon coaching for the very first time. And in very first game, we even get against Leighton Orient Friendly. We actually watch that game and recover that game and see the amount of potential that he has. And we ask him, is this going to be a short-term thing or something will be ongoing? Knowing Salon politics in football, we definitely go for ask that question. And he made it very clear. I am here to stay. And I'm looking at these young boys that have so much potential. So I am ready to develop the team to take it to the next level. That was exactly what he said. If we can go back and dig their kind of interviews and then we can play their stuff there. So maybe in the short feature to come, so people know exactly how many or how much Sierra Leoneans they don't care for bringing Cam into the game. Again, that brings me come back to Ali, making mention of the influence of the diaspora into Sierra Leone's potential in terms of development. So basically, yes, Leroy don't try, and you don't realize it's not going to work. And after them calling, even that game they said, he struggled for play that game day because he not be actually gets to Guinea on time. I think he struggled for making way to Guinea. So he don't begin first in challenges them day before even. I think they said he made a statement either at the deck of the flight before he leave or before he arrived. He said something. That's possibly why they haven't called him again. But they said he said something. I don't know exactly what he said, but they said he made a statement either on the deck of the flight before he left or before he actually arrived on the day. Because he not travel with the team. He came on his own. He did not travel with the team. So basically, these are some of the challenges that we done the highlight over the years. We're struggling to accept our own just for the fact that they haven't lived in Sierra Leone. So maybe able to forgive them that kind of respect. It's a struggle. Donkista becomes successful right now that the Leone Star because he sacrificed everything and went to Sierra Leone and leave. We have to do that. But when they get foreign coaches that they hire who can't do the job, they don't live in Sierra Leone. They only come game by game. So why do we have to allow we own them? Oh, you cannot score.
That's one of the finest for the tournament.
Finest goal, man.
Best goal so far. Best goal.
Yamulenko.
That is a goal.
Look at the fan on the stand. Just
Akim, where you?
dumping, spraying beer all over people.
Akim, come out now. Akim, when I see you again, come on, I don't know.
I travel.
You see what I was saying about Holland? This is why to win tournament like this, they can be entertaining, wow. They can take the lead, they can do everything, but they also conceded goals. And
that's a goal plus.
That is the and this really for me, I've watched all the games. This is the best goal so far.
Well, only 3 games I don't play for, so we can't determine.
No, so far, whether they played 4 game, 5 game, this for me is the best. So if you look at the ball, it's a calling home, like he's going out of the bar, then it pockets.
We only have 15 more minutes to go, so the game is still challenging. But Ali, let's go back to what we talked just now. I'll come back to you and get your take on that. Mm-hmm. You don't see the concerns with I don't use, with family don't use, with mother don't use. What's your own take on that?
We know where we come from. We know where we're born. And this is me. I'm trying to be as polite as I can be.
As politically as correct as you can be.
You understand? We know where we come from. We know where we, Rosinio, yes, he played 1 game for Sierra Leone. If you go for playing at Sierra Leone with the system where we get, it's like you have to go dedicated and be quiet. But if you go play from Sierra Leone for the first time or for the second time, and you were not born in Sierra Leone, you're trying to get used to the system, and you want to do free speech, which we own people might not used to, you're going to be sidelined. It's a thing of not only in Sierra Leone. These things happen many African countries. So, like you said, I was not there, but I got a background of Rosinio. In fact, Rosinio organized one of the game I covered. I think I organized the LinkedIn Orient game, or yes, one of the. So I met him. We have a chat, but that was personal. But what I'm trying to say, you cannot. This is just how life is now. So if you go in Africa to play, and you are bold, you are brave to speak, you might be seen as somebody stubborn. But the bigger picture, people don't look at the bigger picture. So Rosinio played that game day, and for some reason, I have to go back and check my files because I know he not play again. And the 94 Nations Cup will go safe. Go. And he come back, even at that, he's still showing patriotism. He organizes friendly game will come. Then he returned back to Tokoi, I think it's 2007 or 2007. And from there, he's doing well for himself now. He's a very good pundit. He's really, he's all over the place. Now most of the time I tune into Sky Sports, is covering all these championship or League 1, League 2 matches. So, but that's the thing. Coming back to, like Glenn Kamara, for example, we've said everything about Glenn Kamara, you understand? But again, these boys, they know their origin, they know they come from Sierra Leone, but Sierra Leone don't attract them.
Another goal, 2-2!
You see what I was saying about Holland?
Oh.
I want to win a Euro tournament when you just give away a 2-goal lead. So despite their entertainment of entertaining football,
I keep telling you coming out for big please.
This is the thing. So Holland, this is their problem. So you find out they struggle to win tournaments because they will lead, but they will concede. It's just the way it is with Holland. What a header. This is another fine. They look. The line is looking for offside. The man is way onside. What a goal.
That's a free header. Come on.
Sorry, Ali.
Yeah.
This tournament, even the Dutch people hold their squad out.
Why?
They had so much injuries, and this is the youngest squad. This is a new squad now.
No, yeah, you might
rule themselves out.
You might probably be right, but
if you check their last 5 matches, the result is not pleasing. So they rule themselves out of this. They're trying to build, and now it's like rebuilding again because
they might as well not even go for the tournament then.
No, they have to go.
We're looking at a full package here. We always knew
they lost a lot of players.
Yeah, well, if their captain is not there, which Van Dijk we all know is
not only him.
He's one of their key, and he's it's one of their key.
I am not buying that excuse. Again, I say the same thing to Femi for the Liverpool team. You have 22 players who are registered for your team, or 25, or how many you might call them. So it means you have to have the best of your 24, 25-man squad. That is why we call them a squad. If you know your squad is not good enough, you reinforce your squad by buying more players. In terms of the national team...
With national team, can buy players.
I know. In terms of the national team, you reinforce your squad with the best 50. And then you can cut it down to the best 24.
And that's exactly what they've done. But again...
So it's the best 24 in the country. So yes, you get the best 11. I agree.
Okay. You get your best 24. You think these are your best 24. Yep. Then another man show you their best 24. Their best 24 is better than your best 24.
It will not be the same. I totally agree with you.
You know, so it's...
For the fact that you're feeling 11 players on your side, you should not have no excuse.
I've told you about
the of your 11 players.
I'm not only saying this for these Euros. So if their fans or their nation, they've ruled themselves out, I get that. But I'm looking at back Holland squad. They're always entertaining. They're always good. everybody expects Holland to do well, but at the end, you know, they always crash out.
Okay, Akim, bring it in quickly.
Akim don't go sleep.
No, Akim, Akim, come on. Let me in, let me get your take on the score so far. And what do you feel say now some of the issues that the Dutch team they face currently at the moment on the pitch?
We're quitting this just been a tough year because I mean this, you know, it's a young team. You know, they try to build up with team back again, so and add up with all the injuries and everything. So I mean, they're just a good try no more. You know, a difficult.
Well, I want to make you understand something. Well, I just want to. This is no offense, but this is just reality. You see the Jersey way where I can just put them together.
Hey, this is my idea, Jersey.
You know, they both look like, you know, it's one of those things where you think Arsenal. Holland and Arsenal, they came very, very close together. You think, oh, this season is our season, Arsenal. Then after the first 10 games, you see them begin to slip down.
Arsenal, we know so we see, we not get to pick it. Just like wait to take on. Yeah. I mean, Arsenal said this guy for bringing some young players, them you get for take them for let them develop. The same like Holland, you know.
Well, you see, so am I wrong?
You kind of right, you know, because because if you look at this Holland, if you know young Bobo them back again, inexperienced and all that stuff.
Femi don't do something that in a classroom, you have to put your finger up to make the teacher not say you want to say something. Femi, go ahead.
Thank you. No, but on a serious note, Holland, Arsenal, with tomorrow they ever come. They always have to say tomorrow. Okay, no. On a serious note, I think so. Waiting they do Holland, they not get the people in the midfield really stop the attack, because as you see, I think say Ukraine they hit Holland on the break. Holland they good for watch. They're good on the ball. If they catch you, something they might give you 5 notes. But when the game close, as we see, they go score, but they're always prone for let ball in
they just scored 3-2 Holland.
Well, you see.
You missed that, man. Come here, go back to me.
What? You see, so this is exactly the Holland I know. You know, they will score.
They
will concede.
You left your camera on.
You know.
No, but again, these now some of the things that we possibly need for highlights in the Salon game. Salon, we don't get the likes of very skillful players, but we don't win things. Very talented players, when they hold the ball, they will take say,
this goalkeeper could have done better, man. I think what a pass.
Wow, in the air again.
And
what is that goalkeeping, man?
And then, Dumfries for score something like this in the first half. It was a free header which he just wasted.
Yeah.
I can see.
That is good.
Don't know, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Big nation like Holland, you have to win your first game. Since Zinchenko not happy with himself.
Of course, he won't be happy. You don't come out 2 down, you don't equalize 2-2. Now it's only 5 minutes to the end of the game, and you don't.
But we are still talking about Holland. So if Ukraine can come from 2 down, it's not going to be surprising if they level up things.
Well, and obviously Holland will get
not a small thing.
The levels. Mola, yes, you want to say something quickly?
Yeah, but Holland, if they lost now the league in the column. Yes. The other way in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
And then Van Dijk. Van de Beek. These were the players where they may not build a team around.
Thing around
Players
exactly.
are so not there. It's difficult for
Very
them.
experienced player there.
Yes.
Very
And
experienced player there.
this is why they change their system. You understand? They play with 3 at the back. You understand? When they're out of possession, they make it to 5 at the back because the defense is not strong. They lost them 4 key players in the win, and them players in the building team around. That deletes with the Juventus. The other one with the Barcelona, they play midfield for them. And Van der Beek, because he not in form, because they even forced for Man United to play and just for get a match fitness. But I don't know in problem with Man United with that guy no play but more games than. Then Van Dijk. So you see the players in now they be the spine for the Holland team.
Exactly.
Now the youngest team is. Which the Dutch people and say no hope. And you understand? They're not up. They're not say they no go. You understand? They go play, but they no go to where they want the team. They just unfortunate.
We're waiting for Van Dijk in absence cause Liverpool.
Yeah, they're just unfortunate. Them have injuries. You understand? Yeah. No matter how you say, when you get a team, you get players that will build the team around. You understand? You get players who will build the team around. When you lose them players in day, when you lose them players in day,
I agree with you. But at some points, we also therefore look at the squad. If we just rely on saying yes, you got to build the team around certain players. Then that means what about the other players? Why can't
you saying this, but when you get into coaching, you know, you understand your players, you put them in a different level.
Exactly. This
when you get into coaching, you need a spine. You need a spine. If you lose that spine, then it's going to affect you, your selection.
Exactly. Because I remember the last with them the analyze about guys, Bela don't lost in pace and everything. I remember when Kane, the talks with them, the players guys, the coach would say anybody hold the ball, you guys build.
Yeah.
Anybody as you hold the ball to gear. Now you want gear the ball. Anybody hold the ball gear. So even modern football save down the day. You know, you get one man where they say this way you hold the ball gear more, now in the cause the difference. You know, so like now 11 man they play, but you get that one player where the coach of the say gear on the ball. You know.
You get 2-3 players. Even the top clubs, Man City, Man United, Chelsea. Yeah. You get a spine. You get the players. Then where you build your team around them players in there. You understand? If you see you lost all them players in there, you're in trouble.
Big time.
You understand? You're in dilemma. Even when you do your selection, you know something is not right. Even if you get the result, you know that there's something missing.
Akim, they show me say you're a real fan. When una go 2-2 on a level score, less of you. Now that's not going to see so you've been active again.
I don't know why you gave them this chance. I know they blow the game down now. Do so.
But they have to play for 90. They have to play for 90 minutes. So
there's another thing again, guys.
Now. So we hopefully think say when they go call the game to a halt or finish soon anyway. What's it make Holland and they always put them fans them on their toes. They're always doing this when it comes to international games. Then they always left team them for change last minute. And even now when the game they play so at 3-2, for as long as the referee not blow that whistle, there are chances say they will equalize. So we're still not too sure how the game is going to end.
3-2 is just like leading 1-0. Anytime the opposition can score.
Ali, Ali, I want to tell you something. The way this game been there, if you can get like any tactical minded coach, especially the Italian them, the coach Ukraine team, trust me, that time when Ukraine equalize, it is see the game off by playing defensive.
But because you for lose again.
Yeah,
That's
but
the thing because
the counter.
because Shevchenko said for one win.
yes. But when you look at the level, look at the level, trust me, if I be like the Italian coach, it think about the qualifying.
The moment he equalized, you have tied up the game.
If draw this game, then don't say, okay, now, where will they go now for the next game? Will they go try to forget something else? But Shevchenko allowed the game also say, let me play.
Yeah, because sometimes this is the risk you take, and sometimes it paid off, sometimes not.
Attack going on, final attack, or
if Ukraine will score the third goal now, we will have been saying something different.
Yeah, definitely so.
So it's one of those things, and it's never going to be easy, but Ukraine still get a chance, because Austria don't win today, which makes it more difficult. So I get your point. If they don't fight we'll come back 2-2 and let Holland and Ukraine get 1 point going into the second games.
Now who's still not been telling the qualifying at this group?
I will go back to my book now.
Go back to your book. I tell you, say Netherlands and Austria.
Are you sure?
Well, let's pull the book now. Wait it. See, if you not bring the book, no problem. Or maybe, I said Netherlands. I think it's Netherlands and Austria.
I don't like me because I get it on my book.
Well, see, maybe, man can forget.
Then at the group C.
Yes.
Austria and Netherlands by Molai.
Yeah.
Holland and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Then Ali say Ukraine and Holland.
Ukraine and Holland. Okay.
Yes, we all get Holland anyway.
So basically, Ukraine now need to win the last 2 games for me to get it right. But this is the first game. Like you were saying, they've not done really bad. They've come back from 2 down. And the only thing that Shevchenko for don't look at the way Pamola is saying from the football side, you know what?
I'm going to hold this.
Before the game, if they said, okay, let's not play, let's share 1 point, you for take up. So now if you don't get the 1 point, why not just keep maintaining it? But I think this Ukraine team where I see, it could make it very difficult for Austria. And I don't know if it's Macedonia or the other team. Yeah, so they still get a chance.
So you can't do that. Okay, Femi, over to you.
You not be asked me that me thinks they go win. but I tell you now, Ukraine get for qualify. I watch all 2 the game them and really and truly wait till I see Ukraine do so. I believe they get for qualify. But going back to management, I believe Shevchenko have been striker, and I make able get division C. Make this game also draw, because really coming from 2-0 down, as you see, with only waiting 10 minutes to go, he further locked the game. But he kept on pushing forward and they got caught. And as I say earlier on, Holland they go ready for beating 5-0, but they always tentative for concede. So not allow them for beating 5-0, keep and close so that you can able pinch them. I think say if we get Jose Mourinho been they manage this Ukraine team. Something at 3-0 against Holland now they pencil because they go frustrate Holland.
Holland not foresee the first 2 goals.
Exactly. You might not like certain coach them or the way of playing football, but we camp and cup competition. So you are not the under. Now Uda ready.
When they call Mourinho a name, but I think Simeone is worse than Mourinho lately.
Simone is a born defender. You can't compare Simone instead of playing than Mourinho. Simone is a born defender. And Simone, if you watch all the games they don't play against Italy, for Italy, they conceive less goals. The also was, guess what? Not them one. Even when in AC Milan, they conceive less goals. Then they beat AC Milan 1 or 2-1. But they never even score Boku goals. So basically, he's
let's come home. What's gonna happen? Because tomorrow I know say you guys. You already told me. It's gonna be. I wanna
name them for qualify. That game though, there's serious issue. That game this first because the team not prepare properly.
There are times where we push. You know, there's always, that's why there's a miracle happen. I don't know if the Femi will follow me on this, because Femi is the man that plays. Miracle does happen. So forget about forget about all these things. You know, I know Tibo used to, and Pamola used to, but I don't know. I know Suna for a long time. I can't say Suna. I know Femi. I know Femi very well. But there are times where we have to look at the if something will happen to you, it get worse before it get better. And I honestly feel we have a chance and it will be fine tomorrow. I'm not sure what's the schedule. I'm still not able to find out yet the time of the game.
And you make I just hold you there. And it asks Akim.
Yes, sir.
That you take on the Salon Benin game tomorrow. If he says Salon go qualify, because we don't parties for the past 2 days, why should the guy for talk about the European game? If he says Salon get the potential for qualifying for go the next African Nations Cup, and why you think so?
Yes.
Even though we get a game tomorrow, we go determine that day.
Wow. This Leon start talking. I've been saying that Pamola for me the best person for us. I mean, I tell Leon start because the grumble, the infights, the problems too much inside this Leon start. Me, I tire not tell you like boy, you know. For me, I mean, me not probably say Leon a president win, but the too much, the infighting, the plenty. You know, I mean, if they go with one mind, you see the thing where we make that Leon Stars will go to Nations Cup being good. This they were together. They may determine and all that stuff. But the infight, I don't understand. I can call Steve Wilson and say, what's that about to Leon Stars? I say, I be something and it's talking because you never understand what's happening. You know, so I mean, Pamola is something like the best person for answer that look. Me, I pray no more to win.
You know, well, I ask you now because you're not the only person we don't get involved into the discussion of the All-Star game. We'll get to Mark. But I'll go back to Ali. Ali, yes, the latest development of what is happening for tomorrow. In terms of we own potential capacity or ability to the game tomorrow, it depends whether the game they play at a time where it will be convenient for possibly all of us, because tomorrow is a working day on Monday, and we expect if the game play anytime after 5, there's a high possibility for Tottenham. But let's still say, if at all we're able to talk about the game after the game, we can still do so. If now 1 hour still we're able to forget that, I think that will be fine still. So let's not just rule everything out. We can do a post-mortem about the game, and you can tell me more about the game, and we can discuss about the game further after the game don't play, whether we win or lose. What if it is not imagine, but we'll try as much as possible for make we able for run the same kind of platform we run to the game tomorrow, provided we get some as an appropriate time we will get almost everybody on board. If we get even 2 or 3 safe, we'll try for C. But the most important thing now for we get we on host studio for ready for stream and ready for stream then definitely we will go on air live. So over to you and give us the update about the game for tomorrow.
The game for tomorrow, regardless of the situation around their way to Guinea, regardless of all the circumstances and the difficulties, I've spoke to a couple of the players. I always believe in, passion and, motivation and their resilience. I think we have a very decent team to beat Benin. But if I was analyzing this game, I would still put Benin, as favorite, but that doesn't mean they can beat Leinster, because I always go by records. I look at the past games. We've never beat Benin. And even though we play well in Benin, we lost 1-0, which was a counter-attacking goal. It's happened. It can happen again. We can do the same to them this time. But in reality, we are capable of beating Benin this time, because the players we brought together, they're very, 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 ready. They're fully motivated. And I just want to believe, because even when we go the last Nations Cup, it was Guinea again. It was Guinea. I think that qualifier, our national stadium was banned. We go and play, I don't know, I can't remember of which team will play in Guinea, and they will defeat them again. Then we were in the Nations Cup. Yes. So this is something can repeat itself. History can always repeat itself. I believe in, with all the struggle, with all what has happened, it's a 90 minutes of football, and we only need to win. Whatever way we win, doesn't matter. And I think I got a couple of pictures that just been sent to my phone. Every other player saying kind of the same language. That's how fully determined they are. We've just completed our final training, and the spirit is high. We pray we get goals tomorrow and win the game. So it's about, forget about the poor preparation, forget about the system, forget about everything. Just look at Sierra Leone for victory tomorrow. Then when things don't go the way we expected it, and we can start looking at. But for right now, it's a motivational, we have to support and go behind the team and try as much as possible and see how every single Sierra Leonean can try and raise their spirit. Because to be honest, I am telling you, I want to be in Cameroon in January, but the only way I can be there is when my country is there. And the only way I can drag you there, T-Boy and Cape Sule, the only way I can drag you all guys to, we can go there if Sierra Leone won this game. So there's a potential, there's a motivation, and it all depends now to the team and the manager. Because we're going to sleep tonight, tomorrow we're going to wake up to a brand new day, and the day tomorrow is Leon Stars must win. And how we win, I don't know, but we have to win. So I think we have the potential to beat the Benin side, because when we play Benin, in Benin, they were not better than us. They scored one fast goal, but if you go back and look at the old thing on YouTube, they were not better than us. It's not like they're better than us. But obviously, they have a rich history. They played a couple of Nations Cup, the last couple of Nations Cup. They were defeated in the last one. I think they came out through goals to point. Got they draw, and they ended up come out. So if you look, and they got a very experienced household manager, Michel Doucier. Where you look at Doucier, he's very experienced. Coach Ivory Coast, Coach Guinea, and now but football, it doesn't matter. It's all about 90 minutes tomorrow. And I 100% think if we select the right team, we can win this game.
Okay, so I totally agree with you there to say the winning spree is depending on the team selection. If we have the right team selection, it's not just to have all the 22 players, half of which are coming from the diaspora or playing football leagues in Europe, but it's to get the right selection and get the right spirit. But then you always say, marry the way they sleep, from the bachelors,
oh, no, give me that one again. I know I don't try for come up at a bachelor. See, if now they prepare for the marriage. And you let her married first. Why I'm married now, I go find out if the marriage is sweet or not.
So you have to go married. We're married now, and they tell you to find out who's can girl you got married.
This particular one, let her married.
Okay, I can't to Mola, I can't to Femi. Mola, over to you quickly. On the fact that we have the game tomorrow.
What can I take on the match tomorrow?
Yeah. England. What is England? Astagfirullah. Salon, they play Benin for the qualifier for the African Nations Cup. Last game, and it get to be a win-win game. Benin only need for draw. If they score, na bonus. So what would be your take on tomorrow's game for Salon? In your own words, in your own professional advice, what do you feel you will say to the team tomorrow if na you na been the coach?
The only thing we will save we game tomorrow yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Technical staff, players. Now we attitude. I don't see we attitude, their attitude. Now I get for save them panel game day tomorrow.
How comes?
They get for approach everything the right way.
More like, let hold you 1 second. You
No,
continue.
like 1 second.
No, I just get confirmation. I think one of my friend is a Benin reporter. I just said CIS. I need to look out for CIS tomorrow. CIS is I don't know if it's a Guinean TV channel, just like we're doing now. Okay. So you have to, I think they're showing the game tomorrow, but I don't ask them for the time. I think it's 4 p.m. Salon time. So I think we're 1 hour ahead of Salon. So it's going to be 5 p.m. here. So if you want to CIS, I can send you their link later, then they will see, because it would be nice for Sarah Jem, because if you can talk, because everybody will be on it tomorrow, so we can go further. Pamela, let me allow you to go on.
What's my Argentina?
Go on, Molai.
Yeah. We attitude. But they make the mistake.
Yeah.
The technical staff, the players, their attitude. Now you get for save we game tomorrow. I.e., first, how will they approach that game? The team selection. Team selection. You understand? It's not the best, but the right people, right players for the game. Now they get what I say.
Oh, are they hearing you clearly?
Yeah. The right players. It's not the best. So if we go with the wrong attitude for tomorrow's game, we can end up being here again and explaining a lot of stories.
Okay. All right. So basically, you focus on the team selection, the right attitude, and the technical team. Then we'll make sure say we win that game tomorrow. Otherwise, now the same story. No more could count for another history. For Liquid, talk about the history of Salon football not making it to the African Nations Cup after that second team would not go. Okay, no problem. We'll see whether that will be the case. Over to you, Femi.
I will ask a few questions. Mainly, Udana the player that we Abopan. Udana Salon and key players them we go able to turn the game in we favor. First question. I don't know if anybody want to take that there.
I will give that question to Ali, because you know in depth about the players. Them Ali, I can come over to you. I see you coming here. What would be your second question for me? Now, that's the only question you want to ask.
Well, the second question go lead on from the first one. So let's go with the first one.
Okay, Ali, over to you. Other than the hopeful, other than the player that we go save Salon tomorrow, if push comes to shove.
We get you got. I always lead with the veteran. You got Kai Kamara. Experience, is one of those players where the opponent already know it's a household name. So when he is around, it's a natural threat. There is a young guy just signed for LA Galaxy, Augustine Williams. It's tall, it's fit, it get highs for goal. It's just an all-round striker. Then you have Alhaji Kamara, who scored the 2 goals against Nigeria. He can take on any defender. On his best day, he can take on any defender when it comes to African football, because he's physically fit. He can be aggressive. Then if you look at the wingers, Kwame Q also, I think, he scored against Nigeria. So it's always been lately Kwame Q has been scoring for Sierra Leone. He scored against Liberia, he scored against Nigeria. And there's a young man from Italy. He made his Italian debut, I think it was this year when they played Genoa. They lost 4-1, Augusto Scagbo. And before he was loaned, so he's one of the few Sierra Leoneans that we don't play at the CIA, to the Keule, to the Calons, and so on and so forth. Then there's the two new guys from England. You get Sule Kaikai, had a very good season with Blackpool, promoted to the Championship. Is he going to play for the first time for Sierra Leone? That depends to the coach. You have Idris Kanu from Peterborough. He's also a big lad. He's 21 years of age, but he always gets a stiff competition because you get Kai, you get Andrea, you get Augustine Williams, then you got Idris Kagbo. So genuinely, you got 4 genuine strikers. I'm not sure what the system the coach is going to use on this particular game, but any of these guys can play and do well. And you got the twin brothers. They've been doing well in Spain. They play in the 3rd league in Spain, but just like many other European countries, you can get play in the League One, you can play in the Championship, but you still can represent your country. And Spain, we all know Spain is a very good ground for football. And Alassane, I specifically mention his name because I've watched him play. He is kind of, when Tim Pamolai was playing, it's kind of the Pamolai. It's not the tallest in the pitch, but it's not the slowest. It's very fast, and he can play football to good standard. And one thing will make I get so much confidence, probably if they play at Oma for say, okay, we fans them for help. But the stadium where they go play na 50-50. And I don't think so because the game go for broadcast, because this is not the last game at the African tournament. It's going to be watched by many all over the world. So I don't see the referee I don't expect foul play. It is possible, but I don't expect foul play. I look at this. This is an important time for the boys because they will be able to play their football. You know, I'm no disrespect, but we all know we'll get bad standard pitch. So I don't expect them to play well past football. Because like I go back to the Benin game in Benin, because Benin Stadium is very good. When Benin score away, they really have to defend. When I say defend, they really have to defend. It was not like they score away. For you can imagine if Benin was that, they beat you 1-0. Yes, it's 3 points. It's a tournament. It doesn't matter how you win, but we play them in Benin. We play them very, very good game, despite the win. So if we're playing in a neutral ground now, then with all the potential I will get. My only concern is how we manage the transition between defense to midfield. It's my concern in this game because we get Usman Kake from QPR. We all know him. You get Usman Kake, so he can play in both wings. He can play left back. He can play right back. His preferred position is right back. So where the coach is going to play him in this game, because I made to understand the left back, with natural left back, who is Abdul Razak. You know, unfortunately, I don't know if he's still part of the team. So we'll get Kevin Wright, played very well against Nigeria also. He played in Sweden. He was in the Chelsea Academy. And this game, he's not going to play this game because again, he's got injury where he's still in us. And he played both games against Nigeria, home and away. So Kevin Wright's not going to dip at this game. So we get Umaru Bangoa when I want for the veteran, he's still the team captain. And you're looking at Umaru Bangoa, got the experience. He played since he signed for the second league club now, Holland. And he has been playing, but lately he was injured and he's recovering now. I'm concerned again with Umaru. He's 100% thinking is okay, but I don't want a scenario when the game begin play, you get any tingle or anything to affect you, because any changes in the first half, especially in that role as a captain, as a leader, any changes that time might affect the balance of the defense. But if everything go right with tomorrow, if he can play for 90 minutes of that game tomorrow, there's a young defender, he played against Nigeria at home when we drew 0-0, Lucio. He played well. And he played also in Lesotho when we drew again. He played well. So him and Umaru, I think they can make a very good partnership, because Umaru get the experience. He can do the jackass work, if I could say. So, but from that defense to our midfield is very important, because nowadays for win international matches, for win games, both international and club football, you have to have a very balanced midfield. People who can win the ball and we can, play for the strikers, to their feet and try and get the ball moving. So, but I still believe, say, with all these players, I think we can beat Benin. It just probably, I'm biased. I'm a Sierra Leonean, and I'm probably too anxious, too desperate. But I see the team. I see Sierra Leone for beat Benin tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, Ali. Femi, I know say you question no answer, but you can't do that. So go on to the second point. I can tell you the question no answer because I will take notes while Ali will talk. But go on.
Yeah, I think Ali give a good summary of the player them. Some of the will sabi, some of the will not sabi. So grateful. Really and truly, as you say, the question not really answer, because at the Abo still get one or two people them we with the Abo pan, like England so today them the Abo pan, hurricane. They make all kinds of hurricane, but guess who that can come out, can shine? Raheem Sterling. So you get certain player them way see them can turn the game on the click of a finger. So at the Abo so we get dandy. But then Abua ask we get one player who the boku noise boat. He can Europe, able settle after a few then see some kind of ground at the training ground or whatever, return as alone. We already see the non-sign and back. I think his name is Musa. Is he part? Yeah, is he part of the team? And if he is, whose kind of player he be? For we will not want to see and play football. If he's not, should he have been part of it, or is there other issues that we will not know about? There's a lot of questions that we people and they ask me, but me not really I feel with the ongoings of the current football team.
Personally, I like Musa Tumbo. For one reason or the other, I don't know if myself I like drama or probably, but I like Musa Tumbo. It reminds me of one Sierra Leone international, Banaloko. Musa Tumbo not to play away, go card, not to the Junior Tumbo, Junior Pare type. Musa Tumbo Namawe go fight. He go fight and he go score. I think he's the highest goal scorer now in the ongoing league. I think first or second. So yes, he's part of the squad. Luckily, he was included late and is in Guinea as we speak. If you follow me on Facebook, you see I posting picture then today, because as soon as he arrived with the team, arrived and joined the rest of the team. So yes, he's part of the team, but I don't think he go play.
Right.
Because like I've already said, it was not part of the plans until things change, and the coach has to make a quick late inclusion. So it's kind of I will look at Musa Tumbo on this occasion, a feeder player, just in case those names have called. The Kai, the Augustus, the Alaji Kamara, the Sule Kai, if probably They've finished their last training to this evening. So if anyone get a problem, maybe injury or something, but I not genuinely, in my own personal opinion, I not genuinely think, say, on this game, particular game, Musa Tombo go play. But anything can happen. The coach, the manager can make a last decision to, use them. Obviously, like I said, is among the top league goal scorer in the country as we speak. So, in any national team, people might have said, now your top goal scorer in your country, you go for use them or include them. But I think the manager don't bring little bit of plenty strikers in Musa Tombo in position where probably might not work in Musa Tombo in favor. But yes, I like him personally. He's a fighter. And I don't want to talk about the European trip. It's an adventure where...
different
yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
We'll come to that one soon.
And I hope so it's not today.
I'm not saying you don't make mention of so many different things, then, but I come to more like quickly, then I come to Femi, then I can see something. More like, looking at your response.
Ali,
Mm-hmm.
sorry for bother you.
Ali, don't mind me.
It's all right.
Discussion there.
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Because,
now, Ali, all this salon discussion there on instead of more like.
I just want to ask some tactical questions and to you. When you don't explain all the players, the first 8 players that we call, 7 of them they all not offensive players.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them not attacking players.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting at the system, how many of them will physically for start?
I think with Kai experience, Kai can convert. Kai can play in the wing. Kai can play as a lone striker, and Kai can little bit drop to help the midfield. I am seeing Leon start playing tomorrow with probably, and this is my thing. I look at them all. If you want to go for win this game, if you want to play attacking football, I look at Kai play just in front of the midfield. Then you get maybe Williams, Adriano, Alassane. Sorry, Alaji Kamara is the shortcut.
Thank you.
Alaji Kamara and what's his name? Augustine Williams. Most probably Alassane and Augustus. I'm expecting these 4 guys to be part of the
starting lineup. So to come back to you, Augustus can play in natural position. He can play as a second striker. Alassane is a very good winger from the left. He can take anybody one-on-one. He's very composed. He's not afraid to attack. He's a very good player.
Okay, Ali. I know stop you what.
Yes.
Okay. Not a good setup, not a good selection. Tactically, you don't tell me say now the players that will come on England get for the bench.
That's my own personal opinion. For some reason, I think it's always. I'll give you another reason. Alassane, who I mentioned, a very good game against Nigeria and against Lesotho. Adriano scored 2 goals against Nigeria. In fact, we got Mustafa Bundu, though club form is not all that.
Another one. So
yes, although in club form is not all that, Mustafa Bundu might start as well. If he not start, he can play some part of the game. So you got Mustafa Bundu, who can play from the right. So if, for example, going back, you got Alassane on the left, you got Mustafa Bundu on the right. Then if you get Adriano as the main striker or Augustine Williams. So going forward, we have enough. Like I've always said, my concern here is with defense and with midfield. How we can able play very close to each other, not making space for the opposition.
Okay, and with all what you don't say, so as far as I'm concerned, with the list of names of we don't come up with, most likely we will convert those 4, 5, 6 players then now wing them winners to their natural playing wings.
No, they are natural playing wings.
For example, you're talking about attacking players, not actually.
Okay. Get pen and paper. Alassane is a natural winger.
So Alassane is a natural winger. That now between them.
Bundu can play from the right. It's natural for him as well.
No, when they talk about the team they win, their own natural team they win, they play for.
That's where they play. That's where they play.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, no problem.
That's where they play. So
let's come back to Femi because we discuss for round up now for make you able for get some break for the other games that will come up soon. Over to you, Femi. Then they come to Akim. I come to you back later on after Femi, and then we go to round up.
No, so for me, it's again. We talk about this, Mr. Musa Tumbo. Abia asked, but when I say this in a discussion for another day, we talk about the health and safety of people. Then we talk about waiting to happen tomorrow. We always for the lookouts for tomorrow. Personally, I believe say he did not have the necessary support when he been go through in troubles. Now make be ask earlier on say, what do we do to support our players them? Then tell so nothing them the big man can a foreign land, get the community around them, waiting have been support them. We been there for them or we support for the for them or for any future player we go find himself in that institution and day. But I think it's in a discussion, a longer discussion than for another day. So we can keep on for next tomorrow.
Okay, no problem, Femi. Thank you very much for that. I go all that day as one of the top discussions them on the next program, specifically looking at the support of we players then really come for play abroad, whether they get the community support, they get the national support, so make sure see they're able to come and sign up to their programs and then they execute them well with the support of the nation behind them and the team going on. Okay, now come to you, Akim. What thing will be your final word for today?
Just like waiting Mola in the stages now, it depends to the coach and the technical staff and everything, Alisef analyzed very well, but you remember the first time we for play Benin, they may omit the captain. And with all within Alice say, I believe the first time for mention first the captain, if you get injury, okay, yes, we not say get injury, but I think he's a key player. All them players they call say yes, they might have the European exposure and everything, but collectively they were able to perform with that Leon Stadium with Sabi. And it's nice to get all the exposure and something, all the names and everything. Just like I can give one instance with the Holland. There's one competition Salongo play, patch team now end up go the final in Amsterdam. Waiting the Amsterdam team end up do. Then taking Snyder, they taking De Jong, all those big names. That time De Jong, he was top form in Man City. But trust me, the best player of the match was Nabiyu Boyero. After the game, they were asking him, whose team they play for? He said, I don't get team. They said, I lie. It's not possible you don't get team. The way I play with you today, of the man, with all the big names and everything, how them player go play collectively? Because there was a problem with them. He pull Zengeli from that first team. Me not be no say get injury, But I believe say, it's Ali analyzed very well, but if I don't start from with captain, I don't say you get injury and I make they play this game or whatever. But just like with him, all I see no more. Salon football, we pray for the best results anyways, but over to you, Molai.
Thank you very much for that contribution there. Yes, we try to see how we'll be able to talk more on Salon football. We hope and pray that this thing really happen tomorrow because I think take them as an opportunity for really come and talk about this particular game tomorrow and also the state of football at Salon. I know say everyone at the platform really passionate about making sure that Salon go qualify and we make sure say we play. We want to go Cameroon, and we don't say if Salon qualify, we will go Cameroon on will accord.
Definitely.
Now the Salon FA for make sure say they give accreditation for let we go cover that match day for the diaspora, or for just the Salon, also just the contingency number. We don't have padiem, we will go on we own willingly. No padiem. Ali Bita you agree? We don't have padiem. We need to collect padiem for that game day. We go.
You know want?
I know want.
Okay, well, if you say so, in China, my boss, I'll follow you.
No, because now some of the challenges and they will get with the Salon football. Now look at this game tomorrow. To make an example, you know how many ministers don't show up for go watch this game? Do we really need them? You know how many personnel from the government will go for go watch this game? Do you really need them? You know how many non-professionals will they go for go watch this game? Do you really need them? And then you possibly not going for make the player and get the 5-star studied treatment where they're supposed to get for go play an international match for their country. These are some of the things we should take as priority. We get for make sure say any player will go for represent Salon, he regrets and why they not select him for the next game. Because your privilege should be 1 in a million. You should know the reason why they say it's very important to represent your country. You will be treated like a superstar if your club not do that treatment today. When you come back from playing international for do international duties for your country, you will make sure say any player will not get an opportunity to forget them. Because that's the reason why you should be representing your country. You're not representing a local club, you're representing your nation. We're full of 7 million people. Not so because of we go for go play in Guinea. We will go for take the road because the road's safe. No. Yes, there's a smooth ride from Freetown to Parmalap. That's just about it. Freetown to Parmalap is not.
Like I said, it's not. Sometimes, don't get me wrong. It's about if it's a mistake, it has been done. If it's something we hope it not continue again. We hope next time they've learned from this. But this particular evening, we're trying to motivate the team as much as possible. So let we drop.
As much as we decide for motivate the country as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because the news tell you say Salon get for travel from Salon to Usai by road.
Guinea.
Salon to Usai by road.
Salon to Mali. To Mali.
Salon get for travel from Salon to Mali by road for go play an international tournament. This was 25 years ago or more. And we are still talking
but that's if probably that just one explain, that's not new. That's not something, it's a new thing.
By road for go Guinea? Guinea? This is Guinea we are talking about, for God's sake. Not so Belgium or Holland. This is Guinea. You buy tickets, say they need to buy tickets each $500 per player. We're talking about Guinea. Yes, we road clear from Freetown to Parmalap. You get a but from Parmalap to Guinea.
Beaucoup Porto, yeah.
You can't take your players for a game tomorrow. Not a game where you go rest to play them for 3 days. Come on, let's be honest to ourselves.
Yeah, that's why I said the mistake.
And a crucial match, a very important match.
Very important.
But the good thing is, they still have get there. Whether it's a delay, it's a struggle, you name it, the way you want to place it. But the boys have managed to get 2 training done.
We not for manage forget 2 training done. The team they try for manage forget 2 training done.
I don't enough out of experience, isn't it? Out of experience, you know. This story, done.
The point here is
the point here is that's the same thing, bro. That's what I'm saying.
The point here is we get a lot more.
Whilst we are struggling to make our training, they are having a press conference. It means the player don't train down, they don't relax, they put their feet up, then they refresh and wind down.
Yeah.
Get enough sleep, for the game tomorrow. Whilst we they still get to play them on the pitch, they do 2 training. For a match less than 24 hours. Over to you, Femi. We'll round up soon.
See, I agree with you, but as Alice say, it don't be. So now we need to look at, for ask the questions them and look at why it be in the first place. But something right now, not to that, therefore be priority. Right now, the priority in a go find any kind of way by any means necessary as Malcolm X say for win that game tomorrow. And hopefully by this end tomorrow we all go to Glady, we go to say we don't qualify for another Nations Cup. I don't remember also the last Nations Cup will go. Na the way Kalusha Buali go score boku goal per week.
26 years.
Oh gosh. I remember that game day.
1996 South Africa Bloemfontein.
I remember that game day. Then share na Euro Sport na so one of the commentators they commentate on the game with the somebody in the background. The Allah say, keeper, go back to your goal. Osayo Mara, go to your goal. At least Osayo Mara na been the goalkeeper. Who they read the comments behind the presenter. But really and truly, it's we want the also to the Glady, so we make them through. But after that, we can begin analyze the reason they will do wrong because team them.
Now, Papa God, have mercy.
Guys,
okay,
unfortunately tomorrow, me not go for day for the match because I get session for deliver.
But leave that session and come and watch Leon Stars.
No, I will join you later. I will join you.
Come and watch Leon Stars.
Oh, Leon Stars.
Don't mess about tomorrow, Leon Stars. In fact, I know they work set for nobody tomorrow. Day off I get when Leon Stars they play. Day off. Because I know one begin like today where they hide me face. Tomorrow na Janja with the open eye so some ball we want move safe. I need to make him move.
Nice experience. But also go see Cameroon.
Tomorrow a different game. We all don't go south. Don't go. Tomorrow a different game. All man they open your eye wide. You see some ball where the leg say you want go inside the goal. Breeze the blow and come on.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for your participation. And I believe, Holland don't do it proud again. We neighbors them na Europe.
Yeah, now we.
Arsenal.
Orange boys.
Aziz, now for Sky fan, you kids now for change that you Arsenal kids day. You need kind of support Holland. The only reason that we allow Femi for do so because in England they represent still.
Okay, I will change that. No problem. I will change that.
For change you Arsenal kids, we don't allow you. If you wear Ajax, Android, then yes, you can get away with that. But we need to allow you next time. For guys with Arsenal kids now we platform where they can support Holland. We not agree. And even overseas from Holland, I believe they say you know a Swedish man, but I don't understand how they say you spend more time in Holland. So on the next Holland game, for can represent proper. Myself, I represent the European Championship. I look at the European race. But thank you very much, viewers, and thank you for all those who done there with me.
Thank you, guys.
And all the one that we done there with me on YouTube. Again, we just bring this camp to now for make we discuss football, talk about football, and let yourself get to your own form of football discussion whilst the European Championship they go on. And if we don't start this, we get for Sky continue. Again, this might be the right platform for like we get Salon now the Nations Cup in Cameroon next year. If that's possible, we're going to do this for now live from Cameroon. So look, we all pray in Jesus' name. Look, we get the qualification tomorrow for beat Benin inside Guinea. We know say the challenges are tough. We know say we ready physically, emotionally, mentally, but not financially. But we ready because every preparation counts and everything matters. Tomorrow is the final destination for Salon 2022 na Cameroon. I know say Alibita want for go. Femi want for go, Mola want for go.
So finally, because I hope more today, you don't begin pray.
We all want, of course, I get for pray. And for all benefits, bra. Because if we qualify, we all go. Even though some of we get for go pro bono, we go support from we own pockets, whether they support we or not. We still get for go and do that. And January, at least man go don't get some small cash in our pockets for meet up the Christmas, we go done. We go make sure say we give you own full support on the day. So I want to say thank you very much once more to all we viewers the video online. We don't follow we throughout these 2 days all the time for showcase the European competition where they happen. And we'll not say we're going to join we back soon for we next live game. As we don't say in the opening, we try as much as possible for cover all the England games them and also the France game, the Belgium game, and some of the Holland game, and see how best we can be able to talk about the African players we are of African heritage, where they play for them country there so and how they perform.
Don't forget Germany.
Eh?
Don't forget Germany. We own boy
Germany, yes, also we own picking self day.
And Finland now as well.
Eh?
And Finland as well.
Finland as well. We get for revisit that now because we don't get into one-man band and the way we get for follow them progress. And like we feel ashamed of we country for make we know they watch we own body. We own picking them, maybe we born. They play for other country then. It's sad, but guess what? We don't have a choice. But we get for change that status quo because if we not enough for make we change that and make sure so we get everybody involved and scout out for player they within Europe where they play proper football. We get them for being involved in developing the game in Sierra Leone. Yes, we need to discredit the one that will get now the home base. So they have been given the opportunity to represent us. They have been given the opportunity to play. So we support them alongside with the influence of the European they will get, where they say go able to make an amount of contribution because they will be also a part of morale booster for the younger one. They really play as alone for say we get for go play in Europe as well. We get for do very well in Sierra Leone. We get for make sure say the league they work, the league they play. But it is going to be a shame if we get the highest goal scorer in the Salon Premier League where they done, or we don't almost they done, or we don't done, and we not get time for future. That we first
round.
It is a shame. So we hopefully believe say
the league is just on first round. The second round probably the first round still not even completed fully yet.
Yeah, but we still get the highest goal scorer who they expect say for at least make the lineup for the first 11. Otherwise, we will watch and see what's in the game get for B tomorrow. It's a very unfortunate we not get the lineup right now, but we'll hope and see whether we'll be able to get the lineup last minute and whether we'll be able to run this commentary tomorrow. We will get on our updates before midday or definitely after midday or maybe an hour to kick off. We'll try as much as possible for make sure say we get to have some kind of live feed discussion on the platform. Mother, you want to say something quick before I close up?
No, because you try for mention the top goal scorer in the country. What about the one that we get now? We promote to championship. We championship now the fifth. After you go the Premiership, the Spanish, Italian, and the German League Championship, we'll get now. They number I think they need number 5.
At the level of competition in Europe.
Yeah, level of competition in Europe. Yeah. They're number 5. These two guys, they already promoted to that level, and they're not being considered.
Okay.
Well, considered. No, it's not been considered. That's why they're there. They consider that's why they're there. It's my personal opinion.
They don't select them the last time for go play. They don't even make the bench. 1 or 2 make the bench. So basically, these are games that were not crucial.
No, but Usman, if you not start, it becomes inside second half.
No, but we don't
I'm just trying to rectify something. These 2 lads are going to play for Sierra Leone for the first time. I get that. They're very good. I've been following them. Perfect. But it doesn't mean if they not start, they're not going to play. It's my own personal opinion. If they start, it's also a good thing because they're very good players. But if they don't start, it still don't mean they don't contribute for the game. I even think because we got a couple of injuries really, because if you look at Buya to another the squad where he's another fast attacker, it make way for maybe. So I honestly think they will play Kake or Idris. One of them will play. Sorry, Kaikai or Idris, one of them will play part of that game tomorrow.
I think you mentioned threats for Kai Kamara to the Benin team. You know, if you say the Benin team will be very skeptical for making enough for say then get two solid players and we don't promote them club to the Division 1 Championship League in London where they play for the Salon national team. You know, if you say that will be a big threat to them.
Obviously, if they don't do the research, then see them kind name them in our squad. It will concern them. I get that, but also when you do your research on Kai, when you do your research on the Maui scored 2 goals against Nigeria, and the where we come that will come from 4 goals down to 4-4, and we got all 4 of those players who play part of this game. Andriano scored 2 goals, Kwame scored 1, and Mustafa Bundu playing for Anderlecht. So if you look at, despite probably in club form is not that, but when you look, because these guys, they do all these things. You know, they'll go and look at our list. They'll put all their name one after the other. They'll look at their club. They'll look at their stats. They look at the games they've played. But even if they don't play much game, they'll look at, this man has been, Anderlecht by this man. They loan him to FC Copenhagen, which is another big club in Europe. And he play a couple of games. He not score much goal, but then still they use him. So we know him from his previous clubs in a goal scorer, they score goals. But obviously, since he make these 2 switch from Anderlecht to he not score more goals, that doesn't mean he will not score for national team because he scored it last. So sometimes you are comfortable playing for your national team. Sometimes you find it difficult playing for a new club. So what I'm trying to point, the picture I'm painting is, anybody where they do good research will tell you, say, Benin scared because they know. Put all their names there one at a time. Look at all their clubs then. And say, wow, a better love if we don't play this game in March where this team then get plenty player, they will not turn up. But now we get plenty firepower to put Benin backwards. But it depending on which way we want to play. Which way are we going to play? Are we going to think we just need 1 goal and we relax and we defend? Or are we going to take football to them from beginning to ending? Win or lose, we take it to them.
Okay.
You understand? So it's up to, that is depending on the style of play and the coaching system. But in my own sense, the type of players we will get, I'll put the most deadliest, we'll put Benin under, we attack them all the time.
Okay.
From start to finish.
It's good that you get that opinion, and I feel say we believe in that opinion, and we will see how best that your opinion they go work in the favor of we will win the game tomorrow. Like Femi say, by any means necessary, we will win that game tomorrow. So whether come rain, come shine, come striker, come defense, come midfield, come goalkeeper.
You place it how you want, but for win.
For win that game tomorrow. By any means necessary.
Tomorrow you know for win.
Sure.
You know.
So once more, I want to say thank you to you guys for your active participation, and definitely, hopefully, like I say, we'll give updates to viewers them for me to know exactly whether the game we go able for them and get upon this discussion on tomorrow. So in the meantime, I want to say keep watching your feeds and keep focusing on your Facebook alerts from Sarah J Media. And I want to say thank you to everybody who don't participate, and thank you to Hakim for the newest Morgan on the platform. And thank you to Ali, and thank you to Molai, and thank you to Femi. Femi, tomorrow on the next game, we just can't forget your prediction on the first 4 teams, them, or the first teams that really qualify on all the zones. Them. We know we don't do that for you, but I think we'll not go skip them when we start the opening of the next game or the broadcast.
Me man, ask when you're ready. I'm not a footballer per se. I'm a football fan. I follow football daily. I wake up and I go to sleep with football. If I not been get religion, football me for don't be my religion. So that's how passionate I am about the game.
I know you sleep and wake Sky Sports 24/7. That's the only thing that's on your TV. Anybody who sabi, you know that. Says for me they sleep and grab with Sky Sports. The only thing they change them sometimes na BBC. And that's self now once in a while, not on a regular basis. But like I say, thank you everybody for being part of us, and thank you on Facebook, thank you on YouTube, and thank you to all those who don't come on and off. And we get for doing a more interesting discussion And we'll try for bringing more people. We'll be able to catch them and talk football, either for the game with the play, or football salon, or football for the game tomorrow. And I believe that tomorrow game with Salon gets will change the dynamics of the next discussion with the guests on the next live game. So thank you very much once more, and we hope for see you now on the next live feed. Definitely we'll try as much as possible for you in a live program for tomorrow. And we'll continue for sending me questions and putting your messages on the chat, because we need to forget on our own views as well. With what we talk about, and maybe I can give you more idea. If you also there out there and you want to join the panel on the next live feed, please tell us on the chat and we can send you the feed for making you able to join me on the Zoom link. So definitely we accommodate anybody who wants to join we just get for keep them to a minimum of 4 or 5 on the platform. So at least we'll be able to give people a chance to go on in and out. You can come in and out. We can be able to accommodate that as well. So feel free for ask for the link next time when you're joining us, so that we'll be able to give you the feed for making join me on the live feed. So thank you very much once more, and we'll go sooner tomorrow by God's grace. Have a very good evening and sleep tight. Well done.
See you guys.
Keep the fire burning for the next match. Thank you.
Good luck, Ali.
Good luck to you too. Yusuf Nasalion and not to Ali no more. Good luck to you. Bye-bye. Night. In the UK, we say night.
Bye, everyone.
It's there. Okay.